2.
Did that audio at least get recorded? Okay. Okay. Did that audio at least get recorded?
Hey, you can do it again.
Not
now.
many times in life you get to do a free redo.
That's true.
You got
That
a free
is true.
redo right now. Hey, you can do it again.
All right.
Not many times
Well,
in life you get to
If
do
you
a
can hear
free
the sound of
redo.
my voice,
Yeah.
true.
You got a free redo.
LSD. Not the mind-altering substance that can take you to the cosmos and beyond, but the podcast show with me, the Cuban eating Aruban, Andrew Rodriguez, and my partner, the Pinoy Boy Toy, Mike Novoloso. Today with us, friend of the show, our first Patreon subscriber,
Woo.
and one of my favorite guests thus far, just based on the virtue of the way the guy hustles, the way the guy moves, the way the guy innovates. Casey Fan, how you doing?
Fantastic. I appreciate you guys having me on.
Oh man, we appreciate you, man. You're showing love to the culture, to the tribe.
Yeah, and also too, like we were gonna have you on regardless.
Yeah.
If you were the
Well,
first
also,
guy or not.
I actually felt like we owed you another episode because your shit cut out.
Got cut off last time.
Yeah.
No, I was just telling Movoloso there that you guys just kind of cut me off because you didn't want to hear me keep going on.
No, you know those
Used
agents
to.
like censorship. That's what they do.
Hey, not us. We're island people. I'm just.
They send money to despotic Latin Americans to strengthen their hold on the oil industry. No, anyway. And then they hire Novoloso's people to cook them pork and watch their kids.
And also keep us as slaves.
Yeah, well, that's who do you think's cooking the pork and watching the kids? The free men.
The slaves.
Marriage.
They're slaves.
So we were just talking about all the craziness going on in the world today. We've got 17-year-olds busting shots with AR-15s into crowds that are filled with apparently pedophiles and burglars and
Not how that went
domestic
down.
abusers. Well, either way, the way I look at it is I've been in a lot of arguments and altercations, right? I've been in fights. I've worked doors. I've worked private security. I've worked as a bodyguard. I've worked in loss prevention. Never had to peel anybody's wig back. So while I think that kid was actually defending himself, I also think he was a cunt too. I think you don't go to one of those things with a rifle on your chest without hoping for some shit. Because as much as I think all those Antifa kids are twats, I'm not going to go fucking start a scrap with them for no reason. I have my own homestead to worry about.
Yeah.
So if they come to my door, that's when we'll see if the Claymore Roomba really works.
You say that now, but I remember a time way back when we were real good friends and you were 17 and I was 16 and we would not think like that.
Yeah.
That's fucking true.
Yeah.
That's fucking very true.
17.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who signs up for the army?
Well,
17-year-olds,
yeah.
18-year-olds. Why? Because they want to hold a gun and shoot somebody.
Yeah.
Well, everybody's saying he's 17. He shouldn't even have the gun. He's 17. He shouldn't have the gun. Well, in like 8 months, you could send him to die in a desert.
That's his legal
Yeah.
issue that he has. It's a misdemeanor for him having that gun. It is a legal issue.
Yes.
Now, everybody else had felonies.
Right.
And we're adults. Like full adults.
A felony carrying a firearm with your it's a
having a gun while having a felony.
Previous felon, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, so he's
That's
committing
the
another
felony
felony,
charge.
right? So it's like
It's the whole situation is fraught with like
and then again you're
bullshit.
taking him as being 17. Now it's assault on a minor.
Mm-hmm.
They hit him over the head with a skateboard. He's 17.
They
Threw
threw
him
him
a minor
in the face.
He's getting the ticket for the gun.
Well, and here's the thing:
Yeah.
the guy whose head he blew off was the guy that, I mean, regardless if
was a
he's
rapist.
But you don't know that prior. You do not know that prior.
Well, no. Yeah,
that's
no.
true.
Well, what I'm saying is, as just pertaining to that situation, the only thing that kid knew is, regardless if he was going to hit him with it or not, is the guy whose head he blew off threw a Molotov cocktail at him. Like, not very well, But
No,
like,
I've heard two different theories. I've heard it's a Molotov cocktail. I've heard it's a bag with a bottle in it, so it looked
listen,
like a Molotov
so
cocktail on
here,
camera.
so here's my whole thing with.
Wait, he
with,
threw something at him.
Right.
Yeah.
No, fair. If
That's
you're
assault.
chasing me,
He threw something that
That's
was.
assault.
For my safety.
Yeah, he
There's,
threw.
there's a reason why it's written in a book, the definition of assault.
Yeah,
That's
he
it.
threw something that he had lit on fire in a bag at him, whether it to be like a Molotov cocktail or it was,
or
is
simply
regardless.
that the kid perceived it as a Molotov
Yeah,
cocktail.
like
That's provable.
that's the dumbest thing ever. You
Yeah.
you don't have an actual Molotov cocktail and you're like, oh, this will scare him. Dude's got a gun,
Same
like he's got a
reason why
rifle.
kids with BB guns with painted black tips shooting them at people get
Yeah.
shot back
Yes,
and think,
yeah,
oh my God,
absolutely.
he only had a toy gun.
Yeah,
Absolutely. Same with paintball
Right?
guns in the hood and shit. You roll up on somebody, it's like
No, paintball gun, and I believe
they
is
look-
slightly different.
yeah,
and
you can
also
tell.
because Detroit. So Detroit stopped shooting each other and
Yeah.
started shooting each other with paintball guns. They still got tagged, but they went home alive.
Interesting. I always wondered about. See, when I was a kid, we were kind of pieces of shit, and a fun pastime for certain
Wow.
people, certain gully little hood rats, catch those pearls. Certain little hood rats used to run up on bus stops, used to run up on spots with paintball guns, and be like, tuk, 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 tuk. Now, my thing is,
That's
if
like-
you get shot back doing that,
you can't be like, oh, it's a
what are you gonna
paintball gun.
say?
Like,
You
yeah,
can't- that paintball gun argument
That's
goes
called
out the window to me.
instant karma.
Yeah.
It kind of falls under you do dumb
Yeah.
shit, dumb
Yes.
shit
So-
can happen back.
So a
Here's-
previous episode, we had some friends.
Stop.
I
Well,
took
here's-
issue with the. Well, hold on. I want to liken this. I want to do a callback here. Mike Morrison, another guest of ours, was working on my album with me. He and I are in a band called the Midnight Fires. That album will be coming out by the end of this year. Plug. And what do you call another episode that we had with two other good friends of ours, Patrick and Marlon. We were talking about the famous video of the guy with the swastika armband getting cleaned by the young black dude, just getting KO'd.
he didn't
Okay.
have a swastika. Oh,
He did have a swastika.
oh,
armband
in
on.
Seattle.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
that's not the famous. That's not what started that.
Well,
The
there was
thing-
that meme is shared often by our friend, and
Yeah.
that's what brought my mentioning it to the podcast.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So, talking about that instance, one thing that was mentioned by our friends who are more left-leaning than us or whatever, I'm more center, I guess. Novelozos are right wing. We got to get a lefty on here. But anyway, so.
That's
But
Oliver.
anyway,
That's Oliver.
That's true. That's
But
I'm
he's
true.
willing
not
to,
even
but-
left. But he's not
We need to
even
get him
like
back.
left. Yeah.
No, he's logic. But
Yes. Which
You
is
like to
different.
debate.
But
You're not
one
going to
thing-
find that.
No, they're just gonna yell at you and tell you're
Yeah.
racist. But one thing that was mentioned that made a lot of sense to me, right, is if you go to a Nazi rally, you are bringing yourself to a place that there's potential danger, and you have to be responsible for that knowledge and responsible for whatever befalls you if you're putting yourself in a place where you could be in harm's way. So, like, if I went to the Hajj, where all the Muslims that are devout walk around that big black obelisk or whatever during
Right.
one of their high holy days, and I went there, not being a Muslim, went to Mecca, I could possibly catch some shit, and I would be responsible for putting myself in that position.
Catching
Same
it,
thing-
being
same thing if
peaceful, you should not end up dead.
Well, theoretically, right? But it's like, did you see the video recently of that dude in blackface walking around in the hood, walking around the protest, and those dudes stuck him, and the cops were chasing the dude that stuck him? I don't really feel bad for
Because
that guy getting punched. He's being fucking stupid. He's instigating shit. You know what I'm saying? If you came around me in a Che Guevara shirt and I was in a shitty mood, I might have some words with you. You know what I mean? So it's one of those things where if you're a provocateur, my sympathy for everybody is starting to evaporate, I think is what
Right.
it is. I'm losing empathy for all these people in this situation. Like, why are you out there? Like, you're not bringing nobody back to life. You're not changing shit by destroying car dealerships and burning down the post office and shit.
Right.
I'm just so I find myself confused by the masses. Like that's where I seem to come to every week in this podcast. But Casey, coming from the experiences that you've had, where you've been and where you are, knowing about culture, knowing about black culture versus white culture versus Latino culture, and coming from having been locked up before, that's a place where those racial issues are microcosmal.
Yes.
They get really broken down to the nitty gritty, right? You can't even.
Absolutely.
And there's sects of each as well, where it's you've got Aryans who are super staunch. You've got other white boys who are just white boys who kind of kick with everybody. You've got the same version of that, right? I'm sure with every group.
I had problems with everybody, and I got along with everybody. It was very, very unique.
Right.
Not many times. So there's two things you really don't see.
Almost.
There's two things you really don't see too much in prison: Asians and Jews that are pretty religious. You know, you find a lot of different followers.
Right.
A lot of people tell you that when you walk into prison, you'll pick up a Bible and you put it down the second you walk out. So you don't find too many of those two. At least I didn't find too many of those.
Yeah. That's interesting that you talk about two cultures that put a huge premium on education. My wife's
Right.
Jewish, and the thing that I notice about her family as opposed to my family, like Italian people, Cuban people, work hard, work hard. That's like the big impetus. Work hard, do your best, you know what I mean? Don't give up. Those kind of values are pushed on you. But with my wife's family, it's like, get smarter, learn more, figure shit out. Like, that interests me very much. And when I hang out with Novolozo and I like just, we vibe on each other and we learn about each other, I see that in him too, where it's like, for him, the impetus is like, he's not really right-wing, I don't think. Like, I wouldn't consider him really right-wing. He's a person who follows the root of the tree, you know what I'm saying, to learn about the seed. So he strips shit bare and goes where it goes. If it was less that he found logic, that's what he would be. You know what I mean? Like,
and that's where I was, like, during, like, the beginning of Obama's presidency, because, like, I feel like the right wing was trying to reach this weird fever pitch of, like, the left is right now, but they didn't have the ability to like take over the media the way the left does and like big tech. And it was almost like the people that were thinking clearly at the time happened to be like the left wing and big tech, and they were like, well, these guys are a little crazy, so we're gonna hold them back, right? But now they're the ones that are crazy, and they can't see that now there's nothing holding their crazy back. There's nothing as big as big tech or as big as mainstream media to say like, hey, these people are posting opinions as fact.
No.
You know,
all this comes down to, and I'll tie in your previous spot right into this. It comes down to power. So if you want to see about the difference in the gangs and the races in the prisons, it's about power.
Yeah.
Races.
Control, money, shit like that.
Right, because when you take two of those same or two opposite groups and put them together in solitary confinement, they get along. As an individual, you end up wanting to get along.
Right.
You know, our seekingness is together in brotherhood. Why fight over anything? If you can find some common grounds and to be able to just reason and talk some certain things out.
You know?
And I would hold classes in my cell with atheists, Muslims, Jews, Christians, and we would just all sit and kind of discuss some topics.
Listen, man, that's literally what you said, like finding common ground. That's all I do ever online, and I get shit on. And I've literally been getting shit on since I started Facebook by simply just asking a question and trying to find common ground as whatever the person's political ideology is, like that I'm automatically the opposite. And it's really frustrating.
There's accusatory behavior that goes on right now. That's what happens. Like, I've seen it with some of my younger brother's friends. My brother Mario, who's been on the show recently. His friends are from the art world, and they're from fandom and stuff. Right.
Too,
what I'm saying is
what's weird.
That I have an interesting foot in both places. Right. I came from combat sports, and then got into music in my late 20s.
Yeah.
The guys in combat sports are overwhelmingly, staunchly right-wing.
It goes hand in hand with you have to bust your ass to get to where you are.
There is nothing given.
Yeah.
There is nothing given. I haven't been to jiu-jitsu in the whole pandemic. A girl from my class contacted me and was like, "Hey, why are you being a pussy? Are you sick?"
Yeah.
And when I go back to class, everybody has belted up since I've been gone, except when I go back, there's going to be a big-ass target on my big-ass back, and they're going to be fucking climbing on top of me to choke the shit out of me. But
what kind of jiu-jitsu do you go to? We have a whole drama jiu-jitsu going on here, too.
I don't mention their name because I do some illicit things on the podcast.
That's fine.
I actually have my professor on, but I can say they come from the Drysdale lineage. Okay. So like Frank Mir's coaches and stuff like that, Robert Drysdale and stuff like that. But man, the level, and I'd like to actually have my professor on. I think he's probably, what do you call it? One of the smartest dudes I know, and he is a 2A supporter. He is a staunch anti-masker. He is like a fuck this pandemicer.
Let's
bring. We just had a sports jiu-jitsu place take over the self-defense jiu-jitsu.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but he was trying to keep it into the fence. So the guy still owns the building. He just built his most gorgeous place. I'm telling you. I mean, right on a nice road, front property, full spring-loaded mats. I mean, everything. Boxing, private rooms, bathrooms that marble, and I mean, just unbelievable place.
Yeah.
And then he's like worried about liability, and wants to get out of it under his name. And
Wow.
he picked up. He was going to give it to one of the students, and the numbers just aren't there. He had no books, no records. Tough time. And,
so it was like a passion project he was trying to turn into.
No, it's 100% passion. He's a orthopedic surgeon. He makes gazillion dollars doing that. This is his hobby.
Gotcha.
And sixth degree, third degree. I mean, he's killer, unbelievable. And never lost tournaments. Used to do tournament fighting. Got into the self-defense aspect.
How long have you been practicing grappling at all?
Grappling, 14, 15.
That's fantastic. So
I've been in and out of all sorts of forms of life.
Right. No, sure. Well, no, I just always find that people who have many years in grappling have like a special kind of tenacity. You know what I mean? Like to be like stacked up in your guard and have somebody with their forearm on your face, and you're like, oh, I'm gonna choke. I can't wait till I get a little space. Like, there's a special kind of person who can get like grinded and keep coming back. And like I find a lot of really interesting and like tenacious and like strong-willed people in grappling arts. So yeah, that's why it kind of makes sense now that I hear that you do that. I didn't remember I don't think we talked about that on the last show.
We didn't get much into it, but one of my ultimate dreams was the MMA studio.
Facility? Yeah.
It's a full-blown facility if we can fit it all.
Listen, I really want to, we need to try and make something like that happen in almost like every facet, because I feel like the way the rest of the dumb country is, I don't know if you remember what DeSantis said, like in the beginning of the pandemic. He was like, all of your football teams and baseball teams can come play here. Like, we have plenty of stadiums. We have plenty of this. Like, why can't we have that for everything, though? I mean, we have like that with a lot of things, but like...
I'll tell you this, gentlemen. The number one thing that I think supports long-term wealth is fucking land. Land. The next spare 5K that I have, I think I'm going to buy like a cheap little plot in like Polk County, Florida, or fucking
That's where
Lehigh
we're
Acres.
moving.
You kidding? Polk County is super expensive. There, JD, Grady Judd lets you shoot people.
It's not. Oh, dude,
You don't think people are not selling their land in Polk County? Trust me.
No,
it is good, old boy, and if they don't like you, you are in deep.
My family, we went up there because we're moving up there in the next couple months, and
that's why the mustache is coming in. That's it. He's trying to look country.
I'm trying to look like a cop. It's like, no, it's all right, boys. And I can wear my MAGA shirt there without fear of repercussion. Dude, literally every house that we drove by had like Trump 2020 on it at least once. But at the most, it was like the whole house was painted in the Trump 2020 logo.
The lawn is mowed in 2020. Flags on every pole.
They
of the
built
house.
their own smaller billboards and put them in their yards. I was just like, I feel safer here. Like, it was weird. I just feel safer here, you know?
I was in Port St. Lucie just this past Monday.
And I was like,
my grandmother lives there, and I was down for
like
stuff.
15 minutes away from me.
Dude, next time I'm down, I'll definitely grab some grub. I was down for a week.
We need to talk about that, actually.
Well, we will in a moment. Hang on. We'll talk a little bit about it. I don't want to. Yeah, okay, we'll talk a little bit. But anyway, so I was down there, and in my grandmother's neighborhood, there's a house that has like life-size Donald and Melania fucking
cutouts.
Cutouts, but big, like really quality ones. Like I was like, they spent money, like, and big, and like that whole block. As you go down the main street, they must have coordinated. Every corner house had like a big Trump thing, and then most of the houses down each street. And recently I was in Flagler Beach near St. Augustine. That's where my wife and I are talking about we want to retire in that bitch. And the neighborhoods were predominantly Trump, but then every now and then you'd have like a Biden sign here.
Oh,
and there.
yeah.
And then I saw old people battling, and then one house with the Biden sign. Listen, I'm probably gonna vote Joe Jorgensen because I just like to say fuck you to all the establishment. But like,
Not voting for Kanye?
fucking Yeezy.
I would love to vote for Kanye.
I'm disappointed.
I want to see a Kanye The Rock ticket.
I
Dwayne
would vote
Johnson
for
and
that
Kanye West.
all day.
Yeah, me too.
Oh,
Dwayne's got COVID right now. He's out.
I've said this before. There's
But-
a game series called Fallout that I love, and
You
it's
just
the
think
world after
Kanye The
nukes.
Rock will get us there faster?
I don't know. I want to have fun at this point, right? It's like whatever. Like what the fuck? Like
Well-
it's none of it matters. It's ridiculous.
Oh, okay. So we were driving around up there, and it was like all Trump country. And I just remembered, yeah, like you said, there was like occasional Biden. There was only one Biden like house, and it was a trailer park that was like falling up. It was in disrepair, and they had like one giant Biden flag, and like it looked like if I walked in there, I was too heavy for the whole house to support me, and it would just collapse on me. Like, but every place else around there was like really nice and really cheap and had just Trump like all over their houses. I was like,
Jesus
yeah, all right.
Christ.
You know, the crazy thing is, like, I feel like that video we want to shoot where like down here I'd wear like a MAGA shirt and just walk around and be like, I disagree with you. That's it. Not push anything on them. Just say I disagree.
Yeah,
with
and you would need to make sure you have me and Mike and Marlon on
exactly.
site, so
Whereas
somebody
if I could,
doesn't mollywop you.
exactly, and I could go up there and just wear like a Biden shirt and just be like, I disagree with you, and they'd be like, well, okay.
Did you watch the
Okay, that's fine.
videos of the protest, the Trump
Which
rally,
one?
and
It's like every
the
fucking
BLM
day.
showed up and they gave him stage time?
Oh yeah, that's a good
3
one.
minutes.
That's
Go
a great
for it.
video.
Talk all you want.
But see, that
Because
was
it's
like
freedom
what?
of
That was
speech.
like 2017 or something like that.
Yeah.
I
That
thought
was
it
a
was.
couple
That
years
was,
ago.
no,
Was
that's
it an
an
old
older
one?
one. That's
It's a
2016
couple years
one.
ago.
How dare they
it's
do
a couple
that?
years ago, and like I
That was
feel like
super
shit's gotten
positive.
way more radical like since then. Unfortunately, like shit's gotten way more.
See,
Like,
I didn't
tense.
realize that was old.
Well, that
Yeah.
guy is still positive. Like,
Yeah, there's like,
like-
also it's like any other thing, right? There's sects.
you know,
of
your
BLM.
Atlanta, like not Atlanta. You know, your like Georgia BLM leader is albino black guy, and he's like, we don't associate with the national Black Lives Matter group at all because they're terrible. He's like, we want
I
to
think
like,
he's associated
Wait,
with Killer Mike in
listen.
some way too, right?
no.
If they're getting
He's not.
funding, that's all. That's all that matters.
Well,
Where's the money leading?
well, no. See, like that's what he talks about too. That
Bag.
guy, that
Always
guy's
a bag.
like, we don't like raise money or do anything. He's like, we just want to like. I really like the things that he talks about because he's like, we're Black Lives Matter of Georgia, but we're like more just unify all races together. And he's like, so I mean, this gets black people to come together, but they're more the guys that go and hug everybody rather
The only
than
thing
protest.
I have a
you know?
problem with Black Lives Matter, I think like racial pride is a good thing, like for anybody.
Yeah.
And I think like the problem with like, you know, we can't vilify one thing or another. Like I'm proud like of my Cuban heritage. I'm proud of my Italian heritage. Like I'm proud of the people that I came from. I'm proud of my grandparents. You know what I mean? Like, so I think that's good. I think everybody should get to have that. I just don't think like there should be like a political part of it. And it's weird that dude, that football player, fucking former NFL guy, Mike. We were talking about it recently. He was he has like I'm not into sports other than combat sports, but he fucking read the manifesto or the mission.
Oh yeah,
statement
yeah.
of
And he was
BLM,
like,
and he was like,
I can't get on board with
he
any
said,
of
like
this.
dissolving the nuclear family, like breaking down the system of patriarchy. He's like, my family structure is so important to me. Like he's explaining how like being a father and a husband is so fucking important to him. And it's like, man, I can relate with him way more than anything else. Like a man who just wants to do a
that's
good
what
job
the
by
one
his
question they
family.
keep
You wanna
asking them. What are
destroy
you
that?
doing
It
this
doesn't
for?
make sense.
What do you want?
Right.
What do you want?
Yeah.
I mean, you're already free. I get it. You know, the stuff had happened in the past.
It's terrible.
I'm not
yeah.
even talking about
But
that shit.
as
I'm
far as
talking
I know,
about
we had an African American president,
Yeah.
right.
and you don't get a higher job position than that in this country.
That job
Then
does
you
seem like
nobody
it
is
sucks balls,
oppressed.
though.
We haven't even had a
That
Jewish
sucks.
president yet.
Sucks.
I've been enslaved. I've been enslaved in Egypt. I want my land.
Oh, you got to go after the Egyptians then, bro.
Hasn't been an Asian president, hasn't been
Sure.
an Italian president. But beside all that shit, right? Like, besides all the fucking horrific shit, like, I'm tired of like even having that discussion because anybody who's gonna like try and be like, hey man, you know, like it's all been good for a while. Listen, black people had it rough till like 1979. Like it was fucked up for them for like a long time. Like
Yeah.
But we have to like now move
Hashtag
together.
choice.
Well, and we have to also listen
Well,
to real black people, not BLM. BLM isn't black people.
Yeah.
You know
Like
what
I
mean?
said-
Like,
The
that's the problem.
choice to make our decisions and
Black people-
where we want to go,
Right,
we do.
Yeah.
And black people are not a fucking monolith. There's black people who have all different like scale of political thought, all different like so. That's the thing that's like driving me nuts. Where you have an element on the right that is like, oh, these black people got it, and it's like, no, man, like it's not black people, nothing. It's this fucking one group that has an agenda.
And you know
That's it.
the crazy thing is like you can talk to the people on the street that are actually peacefully protesting, and they're like, yeah, fuck these violent people, like screw
Yo, the
Black
videos
Lives
where they're
Matter.
throwing those kids that are wrecking shit out of the neighborhood.
Yeah,
like,
man.
Fucking live here, get the fuck out of here.
Those
That
were
shit
good.
I can relate to more than
Yeah.
any of these fucking
That
videos I see.
and you know that is happening more and being filmed less, which is dumb. Like
Yeah.
I've heard from a lot of like police
Maybe
officers.
This isn't as like sexy of a news story.
It's not, dude. It's
How
not.
about this?
That shit
What
makes
about
me
what's
feel
not
warm,
on the
man.
news? There's been
That's what I'm saying.
64 children
Oh
recovered.
yeah.
Where's
Well,
the
that's-
I haven't
stories?
seen those all
Where's
over
the
place.
kids, man?
Yeah.
When one missing child was in the
So,
news for
I can
6
tell
months,
you
like
why.
John
Do you wanna
Lacey,
know?
whatever.
Do you want to know the narrative that's being pushed? And
I don't
it's
know. I don't have.
gross. No,
I don't know.
it's
I don't know if I want to know.
gross. No, it's. I mean, it's not.
Depressing as
It's
fuck.
gross as far as how like it's trying to be suppressed. Like, there's this dumb bitch. I won't say her name.
Dumb bitch.
She's my friend. But she's like,
Is she my friend too?
I don't know. Let me see. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Okay. Yeah. Go on. Moving
It's
on.
like fuck you.
I just always want to look at somebody who gets described as in that kind of a way. I don't know.
It's like fuck you, you stupid motherfuckers that keep sharing like hashtag save the children. It's like it doesn't do anything. Like that's the whole thing.
Hashtag
Why
choice
is
because I
protecting
think that we
children
should all
bad?
get choice.
Yeah, no, that's what I don't understand. Like you're hurting more than you're helping. It's like, and then it's like all the stuff that people are sharing. They're saying that like they're independently fact checked to be false, but like I'm better at fact checking stuff that happens in America than some random German guy from Zurich. That's all I'm saying. You know?
Well, no, they're being
Like-
paid for by other companies. That,
Yes,
you know,
that's what I'm
hire the
saying.
fact checking.
That's what I'm saying. Like I'll believe the police report about like the 40-something kids being saved over some guy in Holland that says, "Oh no, this is not real. This is right-wing propaganda." It's like, no, dude, you don't know that.
It was
Like-
here, like they were in certain states here, right?
Yes, no, that it's all happening in America, and for some reason, like the suppression's real weird. They're getting people that are left without thinking, you know, like the zombies, to just suppress what they want
Did you
them
hear
to.
that's
suppress.
That's the first time. Zombies. I called
Yeah.
zombie apocalypse. I called zombie apocalypse.
I've been
months
fucking
ago.
waiting
Well,
for years.
I mean-
In October, I'm calling it.
They're
I
I
more
got like 4 different ways that it can come
I
about.
got
They're
some
more
proof arm fucking sleeves. I'm not fight and slash proof, fucking stab proof.
they're
Ready,
more
bitch.
they're more NPCs than zombies. I just use the
Maybe
For
they'll
the-
evolve into zombies though.
no NPCs
It's-
don't
it's-
really.
Well, that's what the
I don't
Romero
care.
Evolve
movies
into
were
I don't
all
care
about,
how they
though,
come
right?
about. I'll sell you right now the zombie insurance.
But that's what the Romero movies were all about. Romero's fucking the first zombie movies ever that were like in the mainstream. George Romero.
We had people eating faces down here in
But-
Florida.
But those movies
Bath
weren't
salts.
about. Those movies
Yeah,
weren't
what
about
more do you want?
literal brain-eating zombies. Those movies were about the droning masses doing horrific shit just because they're all doing like that was like.
And that's
those
literally-
movies, the first ones
yeah, and
were
that's
literally,
the-
like beautiful fucking high art.
And that's
Like,
how I was saying it. Like they're
Yeah.
and everybody and all one person said on that post was like how is like what you said, like how is, you know, wanting to save children bad? And then literally they got piled on for like, and because they didn't know, like they had to be like, I don't know why you're yelling at me. I don't even know what you're talking about. I just wanted to know why, you know, saying
Yeah.
save the children is bad. And they're like,
everything-
you act like you don't
politicized
know,
everything. Wearing
blah
a
blah
mask,
blah blah
not
blah.
wearing a mask.
And like this is a friend of theirs that was just like, hey, like what's going on? I don't understand why this is bad. And literally it was like 75 people like comments
People-
just yelling
people
at this
don't know how to
person.
be
I was like,
friends anymore. anymore, bro.
I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, man.
People don't know how to be
keep up
friends.
with reading that many people's posts.
I didn't like, because they were all basically the same thing. I can like skim through pretty quick. I was just like, what is going on? Like that was a valid question. If you don't know what the person's talking about, and they make a post and you ask like, hey, I don't see how this is bad. Can you explain it to me? You shouldn't. The response to that shouldn't be like fuck you, Trump supporter. And they're like, what? I don't even know what's going on. Like I just literally don't know what's going on. I didn't even like say anything because like I know all those people in real life and they're the quietest, non-confrontational people, and for some reason like they got the hive mind zombie brain where like, oh, we all say it. Yeah, man. I wish I were an internet tough guy, because like when I try to say like fuck you, I'll kick your ass, people are like, you really? And I'm like, I know, I won't kick your ass. I'm just fucking typing words. I don't know what to do. You're not even listening now. So I got to say like fuck you, I'll kick your ass for you to type something different than NPC, 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 and they're like, "Oh, okay, back to my NPC script." It's like, "Oh, well, we had a moment where you were a human for like a second."
Waste your time.
Exactly.
I see that. I am way too valuable for that shit, man. Are you kidding me?
I'm literally doing that while editing videos, though. So like, I'm multitasking. It's literally like, you don't understand, Casey. I'm like literally editing myself like this close to the camera, going, "Hey guys, like, share, subscribe, Patreon. Hey guys, it's Mike." For like hours, my dumb fucking face just staring into the fucking camera and like color correcting myself. Like color correcting myself so I don't look like I have jaundice. And then that makes my lips too bright, so then like all of a sudden it looks like I'm wearing makeup. No.
How much you getting paid for that then?
Whatever.
I'm
getting paid
$5.
$5 a month to do that right now. And after taxes, it's $4.70. That's what I'm getting paid right now. So if you want to share this and make it so I don't make just $4 a month, please help. I need help. No.
I tell you, man, you could double up as Ryan's World dad, man.
Oh, yeah. I I
wanted
to do stuff.
Hey, his little man is in our one of our
for like a little
videos
bit. Yeah.
I love his little screams in the background. I don't think you should even edit that one.
No, it's not. It's not going to be edited out.
Yeah, I love that.
But
I love it.
So back to
I made it better.
The zombies, NPC people on the left, like, and back to the. I want to get to two things back to the original conversation about the kid in Kenosha, right? So,
right.
Like, two things. Well, actually, two things is the first thing. Everybody says like he's coming from out of state. Kenosha is a border town, right?
It's not that far away.
He lived.
The same thing I said to somebody was,
2 blocks.
Listen, you're going to be upset to go down to Cape Coral or Boca.
No, closer.
Let's just say Boynton Beach.
Closer.
Right? Boynton Beach. Lake Worth.
Closer. Like
Lake Worth?
Closer. Like if you lived, where that McDonald's is on the border of Lake Worth and West Palm, where the gym is, that little strip mall with the Chinese.
Talking about like a little bit, like a couple blocks.
Where the canal is. No, the canal.
And the McDonald's. We're in America, dude.
The canal on Dixie.
A couple lights away from Havana.
Yeah, right. So the canal on Dixie is the border between Lake Worth and West Palm, and you could live. Where the Darpster is, the vegan place.
Right.
Yeah. I
get how close it is. That's why I'm just agreeing with you that you're going to support your neighborhood.
2 blocks.
We're arguing over how much we both agree how close it was.
Yeah, he lived 2 blocks away from where he shot those people. 2 blocks. And people are like, out of state. All this. I'm like, no, he just happened to live out of state and work in the neighborhood that he was like defending. It's the same neighborhood. It's dumb. But
I get when you live next to a border. Slightly different.
It might as well not be. Yeah, exactly. It might as well be the same state.
That was just Michael's autism taking over right there. That's all that was.
Yes. Sorry about.
He felt a deep down need to make sure that he concisely explained the situation for not just us, the viewers at home as well.
Yes, my brain needed to get it. Too much.
No, I love that about you. You have like no, the logic must live. It must go. You have like. You're like a Jedi, like you have to like pass through the Force, like you gotta fucking.
So there's that, right? So and then So the crazy thing is, the people that shot him, like, they were in the same group at one point, because like the people that shot at him and attacked him, they were all in the same group at one point. And the thing that they're not showing is, like, there's pictures of them collectively cleaning up together, like the people that attacked him and the people that he shot, right? It's real weird. And then like there's there's like no record of like all of a sudden everything went crazy, right? And then they attacked him and then he shot them. That I always like, that's really weird, right? That like they were working together at one point
So
to help
the people
clean
who
up
attacked
the
him were
neighborhood.
not from out of town.
No, well, no, they were, but no, it was like
Or were they
it was
working
like two of
together, or
them.
were they just in the same area?
No, they were all
And
working
people
together,
created
like,
a narrative.
yeah, no, they were cleaning up a mess. Like, there's video of them cleaning up the same mess on the street. Him and the three
The night
people.
before?
Yeah, like they were all helping, and then the next day or night, or I don't know when it's really weird. Like they were on the not like conspiracy theory, but like
I think
they
it
were.
was earlier that same day.
Yeah, earlier the
Did
same
anybody
day.
else see the blown up video of the guy in the background?
That's what.
getting a
God,
blowjob?
you took it from me. That was my number 2 point. I was like, yeah, and the second thing is, there's while he's killing people, there's just a dude blowing another dude. Just like, this seems
It's
like a
right
good spot.
there.
Adrenaline makes certain people act certain ways, man. You can't call somebody
No, those people acted that way well prior to the adrenaline.
The blowjob was happening
Sorry,
for
5
a while
years in prison,
before.
nobody says, "Oh, gunshot, get down on the knees and just start blowing somebody."
Yeah, the blowjob was happening before the gunshots and the riots, and like the violence was happening.
Shit, that's
It's just
funny.
like I feel like
Unless
the
that-
violence
Unless that's
made
a
its way.
typical outbreak, and this is why in the Midwest people are always shooting guns off, because there's somebody that drops on their knees and just
Suck their dick, yeah.
They
Yeah.
like doing that shit in Arab countries too. Like,
Pretty much, man.
right, because maybe it's a condition somewhere. This guy just got caught by it.
One of our viewers said I'm getting overpaid.
Got
Oh,
caught by it.
Wow.
Got caught by it.
sad tears.
Being overpaid.
I'm overpaid.
Well,
Tears.
I don't know, like the light.
But yeah,
I got
that
nothing
was
for it. I got nothing for
that's
it.
where I was gonna go. I was like, man, yeah, that the dude just getting a below job from another dude while it's hilarious. The still is like the one guy like like he the dude that got shot in the chest is like but like right here there's
The memes have been ruthless. The memes
Yes.
have been so skate or die. Those have been
the
so
skate the
fucking
Avril
brutal.
Lavigne one. He was a skater
Skater boy,
boy. Said
oh,
see you
man.
later, boy.
The internet gives no.
No.
That's what I love
No
about the
mercy.
internet.
No.
No mercy.
Merciless.
That's because we all really, truly,
Yeah.
deep down love that
It's
kind
like
of
a
shit.
river. You know what I mean? The river's just gonna flow. whether
That's
it
my
flows
internet.
Under, or it floats you over, like it's gonna flow. Like
That's
internet is
the
ruthless.
internet I grew up in.
That's my internet.
I love
you
it.
You really love it. You really love it.
That's
yeah.
my hometown is the internet, truly. Not any state or city, it's the internet.
One day I'm gonna
I'm
be
trying to
doing a
take it
podcast
away.
with you, and you're just gonna turn into code and be gone. Fucking.
I can make that happen.
Oh,
Not right now, but I can.
He's probably digitalized
Yeah.
himself.
I need to get some acid or something before you do, so I can cope.
No. But yeah, like, but here's the other thing I've seen too, like, so I don't understand making that kid into a hero because, like, and I don't understand making the kid that got his arm blown in his hole blown in his arm
They're
a
all
hero.
assholes. All
It's-
four of them, I think,
yeah.
are assholes.
Yes.
Like I said, it's like
Yeah.
you're literally
Nothing more than
taking
gun
side.
violence.
Yeah, you're taking a side on a gunfight in the street, like an
I also
unlicensed
find it difficult,
fight
I find it
in the
difficult
street.
That this gunfight is getting so much fucking news when
But
there's
the
gunfights
defending
in
of him-
Chicago and Detroit and Miami.
I
and
understand.
New York every fucking day.
Yeah, I understand
but
he was
on the-
defending
on the
himself.
principal grounds, he defended himself and he shot 3 people in the process.
Yeah.
Sure.
What does he get? Does he get life?
hmm No, yeah, and I understand
Just
that.
for being
No,
there?
I
You
don't
telling me
see
that
him
he's not
getting more
allowed to
than
be
a-
there?
nobody's.
I'll
Getting
take the
more than a
negatives on this.
manslaughter charge.
But-
I don't see him getting more than a manslaughter charge.
Yeah, nobody's. That's the
More
thing.
than
I don't-
manslaughter?
no,
So you're saying you're okay with him getting a manslaughter
no,
charge?
No. I said I don't see him getting more than a manslaughter charge.
Yeah, that's the
And I
thing.
hope
Like
he
we're.
doesn't get that, but I'm saying
Yeah.
I think that's what will happen. Unfortunately, I don't agree with it.
Yeah.
But I think that's my.
No, he gets to go in front of a jury and
We
he gets
can-
to get tried, and you get
Yeah.
state laws, and you say that this
We can-
is the law. Whether or
Yeah,
not
but-
you felt he went there justly
don't
to do
trust-
this,
I
you
just don't
can't
trust
put
the
that
judge
into
to do
somebody's
shit.
head. You
Yeah.
do not have the right to say he maliciously went there unless you can have evidence
Exactly,
that
yeah.
proves that he wrote a
Right.
note, made a story,
That's what I'm saying.
predicted it, said he was going to do this.
That's what I'm
You can't
saying.
say that that's why he
No,
was there.
there's no evidence. of
Therefore,
premeditation.
Yeah.
Is
No
it by
evidence of
law
premeditation.
only self-defense?
And that's
he
what-
gets off. He
and that's what
doesn't
I'm
go
saying.
to prison.
People are making either him into a
But-
hero or the guy that's still alive
This is
into
the
a
biggest
hero.
key.
It's
Who
like
becomes
dumb.
president determines what happens to him.
I guess.
Wow. Yeah, could be.
Yeah.
Could very well be.
And the trial will
Very
the trial will
well
not be that fast. You want to postpone that trial.
be.
Yeah.
Unless Trump is like goes gangster and like
Pardons
fucking-
him.
Like like fucking October 28th pardons that motherfucker.
Yeah.
Like fucking, you know what I mean? That's a big dick move.
How
right
about
there.
the other thing that happened in Portland where the group of Black Lives Matter / Antifa guys mobbed up on the 2 MAGA guys and
Very
shot
little
one?
Coverage.
Yeah.
Very little coverage.
Dude.
Didn't watch it, but I heard about it. I
Did
did
you-
hear about it.
You know what they said? Like they were in a big group
the video's
away.
harder to find. The video's
Yeah.
harder to find.
They were in a
Much,
big
much,
group
much.
away from the Trump rally. Like it wasn't a Trump. It was like a Trump.
That's
supporters
where it's
march.
dangerous. Listen, you can go walk up and down Clematis Street all you want. When you start hitting something just off of the main street,
Yeah.
that's when you start to get jumped, robbed, raped, and pillaged.
No, this was
And
Portland
that stuff
doesn't.
don't happen on the main streets.
This was in Portland. There's no like.
Doesn't make a difference. It's the way
There's
that they
no
are
rough.
acting.
Yes, yeah,
Yeah,
that's the
he's
thing.
saying
Yeah.
anywhere, in any city, in any
Yeah.
downtown. That's
Any
how it's
city.
popping.
But they were
I
in
picked this one
downtown.
because I've been down.
But they were
Clematis.
in downtown. They just weren't with the main group of MAGA people.
That's what he's saying.
Yeah.
People
they
are
strayed
driving
off
from
the
out of
top.
Yeah.
state
Yeah.
to make rallies
Yeah.
and carloads. If you don't
Yeah.
know your way around that city and you're following one crowd
Mhm.
and a car veers off and the rest go straight because they're
Whoa.
blocking
Yeah.
roads too.
Yeah.
And if they were smart and knew what they were doing, they'd
They
be
said-
picking them off one at a time.
Like they
and
did.
separating cars.
That's what they
I
did
don't
with
think
these.
that was planned like that.
It wasn't planned, but they were like, "There's
Not
one."
like my mindset
Yeah.
works. I'm talking.
But that's what they said. They were like, "There's one. Let's get him." And then
I went to bed the other night and dreamed of a turtle tank outfit that you hunkle down on to turtle in, and it explodes and outward. Doesn't hurt you, but will take everybody out around you. How about that?
Dude, that's fucking amazing.
sorry,
Like
I wrote it
a
down.
big airbag.
say it again.
Yeah,
Well, an
re-explain
airbag
it.
would just pop them and make them fly away from you. I want something that's going to shoot them.
But
I'm talking
re-explain
shrapnel.
it. Re-explain it.
like
Re-explain
the,
it.
like
All right,
the.
so it basically looks like a turtle shell. It hangs over your back. You have a piece that'll go over your head, a plate that comes down on your shoulders, and they're loaded. You have the armor behind it, so the explosion's going to go outward, not to you. And it's packed with whatever ball bearing, whatever shrapnel.
Like grape shot or
blowing
some
up the
shit.
place.
Yeah.
But the target and triggering device is hunkering and pulling in. So the helmet comes on the back, you have handles, you drop down to the ground, you tuck the knees in so you're fully protected on your gear, and it puts out an explosion around you.
we need to.
360 degrees, basically, you know,
We need to-
180 degrees.
We need to get one
That'd
of
be like
those
a
made.
You could make armor that accompanies it for child size. So you literally have a place where your kid locks in under you. So if you're in a situation where you have to cover your kid, dude.
Dude, we should make that and give it to that gay Asian reporter Andy No.
Andy, no, yeah.
Dude, he needs that more than literally
Even if it's just body
anybody
armor and
else.
it doesn't shoot and kill people, you could have it as a pretty cool body armor.
But even if it didn't necessarily shoot shrapnel, you could maybe load it up with some kind of
like rubber bullets
pepper
and stuff.
spray, CS,
Yeah.
Rock salt.
bean bags, rock
Yeah.
salt, yeah, something like that.
Rock solid explosions.
Fucking do
Yeah.
that shit.
I mean, you could
do that
even,
shit.
you don't want to do a gas because you're going to be under it.
Yeah.
I mean, even like a high punched
Beanbags.
airbag.
Yeah. Dude,
You know,
Andy
literally,
No
that airbag explosion.
Andy No needs like a 10-pack of those. Cuz
You
I
remember
imagine
that
they're like
armor?
single use, right?
I remember a special.
No, I don't know. I would reload it. No, it costs way too much to build design. That it would be single use. You'd want to keep. So my thing is, you come up, you go like this, it recocks it, and you're ready to go.
Oh wow.
Start attacking, head down, hunker, boom.
So you'd need to make something also like to absorb the shock because like that.
Right.
You'd have to have plate inside it.
Yeah.
It'd be heavy.
Well,
Yes.
I mean, yeah,
The
because
plate and the discharge has to be facing one direction only.
well,
So
regardless.
when you fire off a firework, you know,
Well,
in that tube.
and you like think about the ballistics.
Yeah,
think
no.
About like a Fiocchi
You need
low
recoil.
recoil shotgun shell. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Right.
Where you can actually like shoot that with a pipe and
But-
it won't even jerk your hands that hard.
Yeah,
Right.
still you need a lot of those, and it's on your
Sure.
back.
But so you'd have to get somebody
So
who's
you
got
design it to
expertise
be
in
a bigger
ballistics.
plate. Instead of a shotgun shell like this, you just make the plate like that height, and you put a whole paste of.
Okay,
of
I understand. No, I understand too, but like
Well, also maybe we're thinking
still gonna
wrong. Maybe we're thinking
push you
wrong,
into
though,
the ground.
But maybe
more.
we're thinking
I-
we're thinking wrong
What are the balls?
with
I understand, but it's still a lot of newtons being pushed on you,
Well,
even in the
well,
ball
maybe
position.
an explosion is not the method of propulsion that we need. Maybe it's like a mechanism that just throws something really fast.
Yeah,
and
so
hard.
that's what I was thinking.
You know what
like
I mean?
the
Like a
the
piston
air
that
no
throws some shit.
the piston
A
still
whip.
has a
Just a whip. No,
the
I get
piston
it. Just
still has
chain
a
whip.
thing.
Boom.
Now once again, then how you get the stability on the ground? I was thinking like the airbag feature,
Yeah.
like the way the airbag deploys would have to be the way it pushes stuff out.
Pushes the load.
Yeah,
Whatever the payload.
because the way the airbag, it's like stuffed
Alright,
into
I
like
got
a
you.
small
I got you covered. So
and it
as you hunker
comes out
down,
like that.
there's a part that will come straight down and level to hit the ground.
Yeah.
So now
and that
shell
takes the
recoils
force.
and hits
Yeah,
the ground.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
what it
It
needs to
Crush
be.
you
Yes,
fully
that's what
enough.
I was. Yeah, yes.
Okay.
Pegs that go over your shoulder and from
Yeah.
your
You
helmet.
give
and
me
That,
problems,
like-
I give you solutions.
Yes, exactly. No, that's good. We're workshopping it because that's a great idea, and
Genius.
that was literally like my first concern was like, because also too that if you do the pegs like you're saying and the way the airbag
Hey,
goes out is like this, and what you guys were talking about like little like things propulsions, they would have to be like
Right.
tube, and it would create like single points of pressure, and then like even if you did a big plate, now it's like it's gonna redistribute the weight, but something like that's big enough to push like shrapnel out is going to or whatever you want out is still gonna push through that plate,
like-
But
I like the little
peg
tubes.
ideas,
Pegs, yeah.
the peg ideas
Like-
are like that, or
Hey,
that's
even
that's
easier
perfect.
than that. We go super ultra modern with this, and we make like the
The
acupuncture
airbags.
tubes with even little pieces in it like that, and
But
it's
the-
air
Needles.
shock.
Yeah, little needles.
But the
Ooh,
air,
ooh.
no, yeah, that's why I'm saying the airbag. Like you could
Yeah.
do literally like a row of 6
Six of it.
like airbag, like
Maybe- right.
Yeah.
on the back,
yeah.
right? And also too, you could go down. It could like shoot out
Well,
all
and
the
if you-
stuff,
okay,
right? And then you
let's
could
say
go
your
back,
mechanisms-
and there
No,
could
no.
be another one on the front.
Well, no. Let's say you
Oh.
have it
You
in
want to
rows.
balance
Yeah.
yourself out.
But let's say
Yeah.
you have it in rows, and wherever your hands go in on the mechanism is where you have your controls set up.
Yeah.
And you go, okay,
Right.
I've got my
So you
needle
can shoot left
payload,
side
I
or
can
just right side.
Right. I've got
Yeah.
I've got eight payloads,
Front and
8 rows
back.
of needle. I can do needle. I got bean bags. You can choose what level of lethality or whatever you want to
Yeah.
utilize, just like a weapon. Just like a firearm.
It's literally
You're
like
getting the
armor.
crap beat out of you. You're detonating all the big red
Yeah.
one.
Right? Yeah, exactly. If you're really fucked, you just
Yeah.
use the one big pad, the fucking danger.
You
button.
could literally like
Like you
take.
see all the zombies coming
Yeah.
at you. You're
You
like,
could even use that for like safaris for like fucking animals and shit too. You
Yeah,
can
man,
have that
dude.
for,
So,
that could be
You
that.
could just
now
sell
that-
that
now
to
that we're going-
Israel.
Do you
Now that
remember
we're-
years ago?
Right.
Just
But they're
sell
the
it
ones
to
that would-
Israel.
There was a special that came out years ago of a guy who made a fucking bear suit that was like this fucking big, like fucking. It looked almost like those original like scuba diver suits that guys would have the big tube attached to them and shit. But it was big, and he was like, his friend was like hitting it with a truck and shit, and fucking. It was like, oh man, I remember being a kid being like cringing every time he did a thing to see if it was tough, like drop himself out of a tree. Like it was like tremendous. You gotta find that, Novolozo.
All right.
Like special bear suit, fucking.
I can find the bear
Attack.
suit.
It
So
was
my-
one of the craziest shits I've ever seen. But that's what's making me think.
I got
of, like, a
one
crazy
more
suit
that I
like
really
that.
need you to actually do for me, Mike. You got the 3D printer?
Yeah.
I need something that's like this. Basically, a paper clip like that.
Okay.
Except for it can be cut here and here. So inside of a recessed can and a light,
Okay.
certain models don't have it so that the spring can go on it,
Okay.
right?
And you
So
want that
I
out
can
of
screw this.
thin plastic?
This is a paper clip.
I know, but you want me to print that in thin plastic?
How thin does it be? Is it? Well,
This
I thought of a
plastic's
little
not
bit thicker
strong. plastic's not strong enough to.
Not at all.
No, not
You
at
brought
all.
in some of those little things that you made.
Yeah, they were solid though.
Well, it could be thicker. I mean, it could be
Okay.
up and around and an edge. Just doesn't. This is just a paperclip.
All right. We need to hang out so I can see more clearly, like how big. Like you can draw to scale what you want.
I just did the paperclip.
So it's paperclip size. That's so small.
All right, then
I
I just
could-
use paperclips.
Yeah. I mean, I would go a step further and just make them out of like wire you get at Home Depot. You know, the thicker wire.
Yeah. Yeah.
And also I've accidentally melted those plastic things just near like my lamp, like my lamp that I've got here. Like this is just a regular
Yes,
lamp.
I get it, but this is for LEDs.
Yeah, that's an LED lamp. That's
Melts
my-
your plastic.
Yeah,
Well, then
man.
you're not getting the good plastic.
I don't have a great printer. Like there's better printers. You know, like
Oh, you got it like 5 years ago.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like a printer that costs as much as that printer that I have now, like okay, what I paid for that printer now, or what I paid for that printer then, if I spent that now, I would have like a 5 foot tall 3D printer.
Right.
And now like that printer's worth like $200. I spent way more than that because it was like the second 3D printer ever. So
And you were the first
Yeah.
person I knew that had one. So
yeah, I print fun little dick butts. That guy from Miami. That guy from
Yeah.
Miami. There's a guy from Miami that was buying like $200 to $300 worth of them off of me every month, and then he stopped randomly, and I still find them. Like he would hide them all over like Miami, in between like Boca to Miami apparently. Yeah, I went to something at like FAU about like 3D printing, and like I was just like I wasn't a speaker, but I was like somebody, because I guess I've been doing 3D printing a long time, right? And this one girl walked up to me. She's like, "Are these yours?" And she had one like in her hand, and I was like, "Oh yeah." She's like, "These are everywhere," and I was like, "Oh, well, I'm the dick butt guy. I gotta go." Like, it was weird. I don't know. Yeah, I can try to 3D print stuff for you, but smaller, thinner stuff, it just breaks in your hand.
What about guns? You
So
print guns.
Yeah, we're ending the 3D printing conversation on that note, Andrew. No, like, so let's talk about that actually. So 3D
they're
printing
on.
guns.
I saw the videos of them.
3D printing
There's
guns.
Like single-use guns that you can print.
There's single-use guns that you can
Yeah.
print.
They reuse them. Right. Yes.
No.
Just a single one.
The single-use ones are the most accurate, and you can get a 380 round in there, which is pretty good. They're 100% plastic. The only thing you have to do is
410 shotgun shell in some of them.
yes, and you have to. The only thing you have to that you can't 3D print is like a steel nail that you put in there as the pin. But so here's the thing with 3D printing weapons or firearms is like it was legal, right? And then it was illegal, and then the guy that made all of the 3D plans, he like fought and lobbied, and it was legal, and then individual states made it illegal, and then mysteriously he got arrested for soliciting like a Taiwanese underage prostitute in Thailand. It was random, like, and they're like, there's footage of him going into the whorehouse. There's
Doesn't
footage
sound
of
that
him.
mysterious.
Yeah, exactly, right? You know, it's weird with the gun makers, like the guy that had that show on TLC.
And those, it's
Yeah.
called power. We just talked about this
Yeah,
earlier. It all
but-
comes back to power.
So
You want to know how many countries and continents have changed power due to this
Yeah.
pandemic?
So
Under the
this
shutdown,
happened.
There's a lot of countries that changed hands.
This happened in 2018, 17, 2017, 2018, with this guy, because Jason and I were looking at printing gun parts because you can sell certain gun parts. But then after this whole thing happened, we were like, no, that's all right. We're good on because it's the law gets really
you
murky.
Can make, like AR uppers and shit like that.
Yeah, you could just the upper, but like you could print the whole
parts,
thing.
Of course.
But you could print the whole thing legally before he got like popped. It was weird. Like now nobody even talks about it. Like as soon as the dude got arrested, there's nobody fighting for it. Like you could buy his special 3D printer though that would print the metal parts. Like the barrel and everything. Like it printed like and it came loaded with the AR print with the handgun
about the
print.
You can only do certain shit.
Yeah.
With the metal
Dude,
shit.
like he had and now I heard if you have those plans downloaded
the shotguns that they were doing.
Yeah, he printed whole shotguns. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he printed
good, really working gun. I watched them. I got
man.
YouTube old into it or something.
So now I heard though.
I watched a thing where they had these dudes were hand making pistols
in the Philippines.
Shit like that.
They were making Desert Eagles.
Somewhere in
the Philippines.
I saw that one too, but there was another one somewhere in like the Middle East. Like
listen, I was like 7 years old with rounds of 22s into a piece of wood with a hammer. Me and my buddy out in the back in the middle of Kansas with a piece of wood and 22 rounds until we can get them to go off into the ground.
That's funny.
That's hilarious.
But
I mean, you don't need a damn gun.
Well, yes, but that like it's so why I want to talk about that now is like I heard in most states it's a felony to have those files downloaded on your computer. Now that dude's files, which is
because big
ridiculous.
Gun companies don't want that.
Yeah, but that's ridiculous. Like I don't understand. Like I don't understand. I just don't understand.
What the fuck
that,
is the NRA for then? What the fuck is the NRA for?
You know, the NRA was just quiet about that, which is real weird.
So what the fuck are they for?
They weren't for or against it. They said that. They're like, yeah, they're like, we don't want to,
They're confused.
Yeah.
They're not quite sure.
They
asked their lobbyists because their lobbyists pay them.
No, the lobbyists didn't do anything for or against it. Like, that was the thing. Like, nobody from the NRA did anything for or against that.
Shameful.
They just... Well, I think, like Casey said, they were confused because the people that run the NRA are like, what? How old? Like 70, right? So let me.
They want to still know who all has guns because there's a number on every.
So tell me, there's not people that are young involved in the.
Yo, I don't think there's enough people that are old enough in the NRA, or I'm sorry, young enough.
Mass exodus. No, if you look recently, there was a mass exodus from the NRA. People like Julian Noir and other content creators who worked in conjunction with the NRA. Because the NRA got on some bullshit and they started cashing a fucking check from somebody who wanted them to step on the brakes.
Yeah.
They should be avidly
Just look at Dick's started to stop selling guns.
Yeah.
Sporting stores stopped selling guns.
So, but this
it's all been leading up to this left-wing movement.
This is years ago though. Like this isn't like. I don't think at the time they understood what printing
communism is about taking away guns
is. But I don't think they understood when somebody was like, "Hey, you know, this state is like leading a thing where people can't print their own guns," and like you tell that to a 70-year-old, they're like, "Print? Like,
fair."
I just learned.
I remember when I started printing money.
I imagine Charlton Heston.
Yeah.
Your goddamn cold guns.
Yeah, like they don't, and then like somebody tried to explain it to them. I think if anything, anybody that got through to them was probably had to say like, yeah, it's like a small CNC machine. But even then, like they're so old, they're just like,
why we're on the topic of guns.
They're like CDCs, like you put in your to play music. The music makes guns now. Like literally, like 3D printing is so new that like you could tell somebody you could try to explain to somebody in their 70s the best you could what 3D printing is. A lot of them are just going to be like, listen, man, we had rotary phones. Like, that was big tech when I was your age. Like, come on. Like, that's what I'm saying. Those are the guys running the NRA. So I think when you try to explain to them, they're trying to stop people from making their own guns. They're like, well, I mean, you can make your own guns. They're like, no, it's a new way. You could print them out, and in a day you got your own gun. It's got a number. And they're just like, what? Nope. We're gonna let just whatever happens. That's it.
Or Smith & Wesson, Ruger, Glock, all those companies pay the fucking NRA to vote the way they vote, to look at what.
But they
look at,
didn't
to look
vote.
the other way.
Of course, dude.
I
Their
don't.
profits
No,
would
that's
be
the
cut
thing.
so large if you could do something like
Yeah.
that. That's where all of our companies come in.
Well, that's the
same
reason why you
with
can't.
plastic bags and
Most
all that crap.
firearm
They lobby for
manufacturers in the
plastic
world are
bags. It's
American.
big oil companies.
Yeah.
They all want to stay in power.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to give up their
But
power.
It's just
Once again though, they didn't vote one way or the other. Their lobbyists.
Thailand,
The lobbyists didn't do anything. It was just they were just
shocking. I mean, listen,
surprisingly
they came
quiet.
out with electric cars the same time that the gas cars were out. Do we have electric cars up until now? No, because they beat the daylights out of them.
Do you remember
Because
like
gas
the
companies-
Mr. Rogers episode with fucking electric cars like
Yeah,
30
man.
years ago?
Yeah.
That guy.
Edison, I lived in Fort Myers. Edison
guy
and
died.
Ford were best friends. They had the electric car.
Thomas
it wouldn't
Edison
go
is-
down because of oil.
And that's
Oil
why
ran the Rockefellers
Tesla-
that built this country ran it from oil.
that's why
Same reason we became illegal. The hemp
Yeah.
industry was getting pushed out.
and that's why
Fuck off.
Tesla, his idea
Wait until
that
that
basically
takes
made
off now. Wait, because they're going to make that vote for federalizing it and decriminalizing it federally.
yeah,
leaving
and
it up to the
Trump's
states.
gonna just be like, yeah, bro, yeah, do whatever you want.
Cash crop, dude. You know how much money we can make
Fingers
selling
crossed.
that?
Yeah,
this
man.
country.
Fingers
We
crossed.
used to sell a lot of
I
cotton.
wrote a
Lot of
paper. I wrote a peer-reviewed paper about the 3 things that could fix our debt in one presidential cycle, and it was legalize gay marriage, but you have to do them at the same time. If you do them piece by piece, like the
No, it's too, you got to
Yeah.
shock them all at once.
yeah, you got to
otherwise
shock it
they-
all at once. It will literally create such a large
shock it and get
economic.
over it. It's like
it'll-
Corona.
Yeah, it'll literally create such a large economic boom that within 1 year we will be out of debt, and within the second year we will be the largest
That
economic
hard to
superpower.
believe, sir.
No, check it out. So
If we
you,
made that much money, we would buy gold necklaces, diamond rings, and 88s on our cars.
Yeah,
before
bro.
We paid off no debt.
no, I'm not talking. I'm not. No, this has nothing to do with
America
what people like. If you keep the taxes
Loaning
the
money
same,
out to everybody.
yeah. If you
Ooh, India.
if you
We
do
got you
not
covered. Build
Listen.
that.
That's Chappelle bit.
listen, this economic plan is literally enough to do the stimulus that Andrew Yang wants to do and make us the largest economic superpower.
Wow.
So here it is. Ready?
Yanks
You have to do it.
Right.
You have to do it all at once, right? You legalize marijuana federally, right? And you tax it at the same rate you tax cigarettes. Done, right? You legalize gay marriage. We already did that, right? Which did create a small economic boom, okay? And then also you tax churches at the same rate that you tax other businesses that make the same rate. That's
That would start a war.
3 things.
That would start a war.
That's-
you're
that's
out.
3
You're out.
things.
Now, one I can help you out with. Not just marijuana. You have to
Legalize every drug. But that's hard to
all
sell.
the drugs.
That's
There's
hard to sell.
$500 billion
That's hard to sell.
expense to people who are on drugs
More
and
people
just
did it.
the health care.
So let me
the extra
explain to you why.
police,
Let me
extra
explain to you why.
$500 billion.
Let me explain to you why. The taxes that are paid in tobacco would actually be quadrupled, which is quite a bit, right? If you the estimated marijuana sales in the nation versus the estimated tobacco sales,
and
right?
Everybody's going to know the grower and buy it illegally under the table. There's
But
gonna be
no-
so much of it flying around.
No, I understand.
Still
But
have
but
to
no,
be
like
highly regulated.
but you're talking about like Marlboro has been ready and waiting to sell packs of joints at the
For like
same
10
price.
years they've been ready.
Yeah, to sell packs of joints at the same price as a pack of cigarettes, which is if you could buy a pack of joints at the grocery store for $6 to $8 depending on where you live, everybody's just like so give me 2 packs please, and you have
Yeah.
you have 40 joints just like whenever I want, and it's legal, woo, like people would be like, they would load up at first and it would be a stable business, right? And then there would be like the anti-smoking
So
campaign
you're
would
gonna get
shift,
the
right?
big 3. The
Yes.
same thing's going to happen.
So
This
I'm
is
not
gonna
going to
happen
say
anyway.
where.
No,
I'm
and-
not going to say where on the air. I'm not going to say where on the air, but I'll tell you boys off the air. There are a couple of places right now in Florida, South Florida, that are treating it like it's completely legal. And
It is in Florida, basically.
It is.
With
What,
the-
what
yeah.
are you talking about?
It is,
Weren't
yeah.
you just here?
Not recreational sale.
Yeah, no, but I mean, it's the same
It hasn't
thing.
changed.
But
It's
there's
the
many
same
places that are treating
thing.
it like it is.
Oh,
That's what
come
I'm
on.
saying. There's many places
No,
that
it's-
are keeping it like recreational sales completely.
So-
legal. They're
so-
telling you
that
whatever.
card is just a donation
check
to
it
the
out.
cause.
I think
Yeah.
That's all
it's
that
gonna
card
happen. I
is.
think it's going to happen real soon.
So check it out. So I understand what you're saying, Casey. If you do those three things all at once, it's going to be a shock. The problem with most people that say
The
like,
churches, you're never going to get away with.
so yeah, no. Here's the thing.
Find
Churches
something
Star
else.
Wars.
Change it.
do no. But here's the thing. When I say you tax
If
the
it worked,
churches,
you're right, it would be
yeah.
a huge revenue boom, but it would
No,
never
no.
work.
You can do that because there's already so that's actually something that already has been happening over the course of like the last 4 presidents actually have increased taxes on churches slightly, but it's still not to the regular revenue and of regular taxes. When I say like you tax the churches already pay taxes, right? And some of them are so big that they have to pay regular taxes like larger corporations. However,
Nonprofit organizations, 501(c)(3)s, all churches.
I understand, but some of them still do have to pay taxes because of the massive amounts of money that come in, and you can't.
And they don't have a Jewish accountant.
Yes.
And
Well,
give
no,
them-
no.
Give them my number. I'll
Federally-
help them out. There's no
federally-
reason they should be
No,
paying
like
that for
the
this.
mega churches. No, you know the mega churches that are
I
televised.
fucking
Yes,
love you.
sir.
Yeah,
I know
those
exactly
guys-
I know exactly
But
how to funnel that
here's the
money
thing.
to, sir.
No, but that's the prop. No, what I'm saying is you don't give them the outlets to superfluously claim things, which is
But most of the time,
because
Like the Democratic
organizations
Party
that
that
don't pay
that the
taxes
church
anyway,
ended up
they
donating to?
utilize different
Yes.
deductions,
Yeah.
and they break down their deductions.
Exactly. Yeah. No, and I understand, but no,
purpose.
every business does that. But charitable
Yeah.
organizations have the ability to do it 100% and not claim themselves as a
Yeah.
hobby like you would
All
with
they
your
have to
business.
do is
You
have
know.
minimal proof of charity.
Exactly. But here's so that's what I'm saying.
Shit, if I
Mega
was
church-
money, though, I would have a fortune teller.
Yeah,
stories.
you know, the
I'd be
crazy
money
thing
all day
is-
and that bitch.
So the crazy thing is the smaller churches on the side of the road do pay taxes, right? Most smaller churches do pay taxes, not because they don't have the right accountant, because they understand that, hey, like we're paying like local taxes and this is going to help the community, right? Like, and that makes sense. And listen, I understand the whole taxes theft thing. That makes sense to me, but you're never going to break it. So why not, if you're going to use it correctly? I'm saying the mega churches, the ones that are basically like Amazon that get away with like not paying taxes, those guys are the ones that should be taxed, right? Not like once again,
They
like
should, yeah.
once you reach a certain level of church mega churchness, yeah, you should
Money.
have to start. Yeah.
No, I get those guys.
So that's-
I walk.
So that's
You're not
that's
gonna be able to get
that's
them
the
to finish.
no, but they are the minority. So, and I feel like you could get most churches on board with like
But
once
that's
you
like
get
what
that
Eisenhower
big.
do to corporations, right?
Yeah. No, it's
Like,
different.
that's pretty
No,
much-
no. I don't want them to have. So what Bernie
Freedom
wants.
of religion. This,
what
unfortunately,
Bernie
this country
wants-
was kind of founded on that.
What Bernie wants
Freedom of
is
religion.
to take all of the people's money once you make a certain amount. I just want the regular like amount to be paid. That's the thing. Like if they pay the regular amount, right? The gay
Listen,
marriage
if
boom.
everybody paid the regular fair share, there would be more than enough money going around.
But
Come
those
on.
are but like I said, those are the big three.
Stop.
And when
I want to
weed,
hit somebody else. What do you do when you do your taxes?
That's what I'm
You
saying.
Make sure you give them just a little bit.
yeah, I'm kind of messed up on that. Not willingly.
Okay,
anyway.
then. So
Don't say that
don't
shit out
don't go
loud.
after the churches.
No, why not?
Mr. Scientology.
No, what?
Don't go
No,
at-
Scientology is the number one offender, and they have the most. That was the crux of my.
Money.
That was the
Absolutely.
crux of my religious being taxed argument, and my final point there.
How about we take
It's-
down the pedophile ring money and just use that?
Yeah, so Trump's already working on it.
And-
This is different. No, what I'm saying is, that was my plan, and literally the revenue from all of that in 1 year,
Well, gay
it
marriage
creates
is not
10.
your plan to stop all children from coming around. That's not cool.
What?
Well,
Gay
you
marriage,
said
what?
plan number 2.
Yeah, plan number.
Gay
Well, it
marriage.
already happened. Yeah, and
That
when
stops having children. No more children. No more.
no. So you
need
know
less people
most gay married couples.
That's why I'm pro-abortion.
adopt
People have
the-
abortions. I don't want to deal with asshole kids that nobody wants.
Choice. Hashtag choice.
Yeah.
It's pro-choice. And-
Exactly.
But wait, I have some stipulations on that. If you are a female and you want to keep the kid and the male does not, the father does not, then he should be able to sign over.
Oh, his
Hey,
rights.
I don't get to
Yeah,
F with
I'm
the
not a
kid, but you
father,
don't get
yeah.
to F with me. Okay?
Yeah.
That should be a fair enough deal.
So
Yeah.
Now,
So okay,
vice versa, if the male wants
my
to keep
3 pillars literally generate 10 trillion a year in the first year, and then 5 trillion the next year, right? And then 5 trillion in the second year
How much
is
are we
enough to.
collecting on taxing cigarettes now? You're saying the boom in the sales is going to go just through the roof?
Yeah, it's literally the gay marriage is just the boost, right? Is the initial boost, which happened, right? When gay marriage was like federally like recognized, right? And that had a small economic.
They want to be as miserable as married couples. They have
Yeah,
every
no,
right to be.
well, that's the whole thing though. Like, the large percentage of like the gay people that want to get married are overwhelmingly wealthy and are going to spend money. Like, there's literally like you can see an economic tick in wedding season around what is it, like May to August, right? Like,
and you know that they're going to plan some big weddings. Let me tell you
exactly.
what.
The average cost. Yeah, the average cost of a upper middle class gay wedding is what
Isn't it like triple of a regular of a
no, it's like 488% more cost 488% more than a straight couple of the same monetary status. It's crazy.
Status.
Exactly. And it sounds.
I heard that. I've never seen a study, but
I had all the studies. Like I said, I wrote a paper on it. Like, it's crazy.
Why, if there's diseases that eat your face, why the fuck does somebody do
These
a study on that? That drives me insane.
No,
that's drives me insane.
No, the studies.
That makes me want to just put guns in people's mouths.
Oh my God! Listen, the study was to prove.
Time on studying some shit like that.
No, that's not. That's not. The studies are specifically to go against people arguing that gay people are not like fit to raise children, kind of thing. It's like you have to do studies on like how they do every part of the aspect of their life, and honestly, in most cases, just like socially and economically, gay couples are more responsible with their money and everything. You know, like just everything. And that's one of the things where they go all out. Yeah, where they go all out is like the wedding, and even then, and the uptick of that is
study gay whatever is to protect gay people's
no,
rights.
that's most of the studies about gay people are either to protect the rights or the person went to go do the study to try and get the results they wanted, and this shit didn't work out for them. Like it was it ended up being positive. That's the funny thing about a lot of the studies where like people are actually impartial.
Don't fuck up a neighborhood. They don't do nothing wrong.
No,
that's you know what I mean?
that's what I'm saying, right? In fact, like just gay impartial people get beat up by left-wing people for just reporting the news. Andy, no. God,
well, I don't think that had to do with gayness, though. I think it's more politically driven.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, they don't care if you're like LGBTQ or whatever. If you're not on the right side, you're a Nazi, you know? Or if you're on the right side, you're a Nazi.
It's in such a weird place right now. Like, there's so much tension. There's so much like, I feel like we're at a weird tipping point where something's got to happen sooner or later. I don't know what will, but something.
Do you think it's de-escalating? Personally, you feel like it's de-escalating?
No.
I do.
And I feel like once the presidential election happens, whatever happens, there's a potential for crazy shit to happen, I think.
So let's talk about something.
Okay,
yeah, so let's talk about that. Yeah. Let's talk about that because
more stuff's going to come. Yeah, there's a lot of time left. And there's going to be more attacks.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Whatever it is. I'm not saying physical attacks. I'm just saying it's going to be something.
I mean, that too, though.
Mm-hmm. Let's talk about something.
So somebody had a prediction that Biden's going to get coronavirus during the debates and not be able to speak for the debates.
I said that
and
shit.
Come out of it just before.
I said that shit.
Prediction.
He's going to conveniently not medically not be fit to debate.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'd hate to see that.
I mean, I would not be shocked. I mean, I'm not shocked at anything with politics anymore, man. It's like all ridiculous. It's a fucking shell game.
So, what was I going to say? I forgot. I was looking at the thing.
Yeah, you had a point you were planning to make.
I did.
I changed your subject.
That's fine. No, it was the same subject.
We're talking about what's going to happen post-election.
No, we weren't. We were talking about do you think it's escalating or de-escalating?
Yeah, and I said I think it's going
Yeah.
to escalate post-election regardless of who's
Oh,
elected.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
been
yeah.
de-escalating lately.
Yes.
You see a lot more of the people
So,
coming out of their houses.
yeah.
A lot more people protesting
I
against
think
the virus.
I
Germany,
think
look what Germany did.
yeah. I think people
Germany's got to be fed the fuck up with their government.
A huge protest.
dude, I think the people that were like, yeah, let's go fuck up Trump supporters, right? Or let's go burn stuff down and
Listen, in every side, there's going to be people who want to fight.
yeah, but
Yeah.
it's normalized on the
Us
moderate
against them.
level
It has
of
to
the
be
left
us
right
against
now.
them. The only thing that's going to bring this country together, this
No, but
world
we talked
together,
about this.
is going to be aliens.
We talked about this with Oliver though. Like
That was in a Reagan speech.
it's normalized.
Then we'll all be okay.
The moderate left normalizes the violence towards people that are against them, right?
And the behavior of treating somebody with something as simple as a difference in political view as like the enemy or the other.
Exactly, right? So I think they just saw, right, that they're not ready for that. You know, like the kid, right, that we were talking about earlier. That's a kid. Three of them couldn't handle a kid. One of them had a gun. That's what I'm saying. Like and it was more than three of them that attacked him originally. That's the thing.
There was another guy who got arrested who kicked him in the face.
Yeah, it was 1v question mark amount, and they couldn't handle
The
that.
guy that kicked him actually just the only one that got off scot-free as far as like for attacking.
Right? That's what I'm saying. Like it was 1v question mark amount of people, and they couldn't handle that. They went and hunted down some guy in Portland, right? They hunted down they picked somebody off and shot him, and that guy's dead, and that guy's going to jail. I think people that in the moderate left that are normalizing this type of violence against the right, are not. They're waking up.
In many cases, not even against the right, just against random fucking.
Yeah,
people.
anybody that disagrees with them is the right, though. Yeah.
That old lady who was trying to put out the fire in a barrel.
When
with
you're
a
that
fire
far left, there is no
extinguisher,
other
they
option
took
than
her fire
right.
extinguisher and
True.
they sprayed her and shit.
Yeah, man. That's what I'm saying. But they're
All kind of fucked up, ridiculous. A lot of these people seem like they just want an excuse to fuck shit up. It doesn't seem like they're out there for anything.
That's what I'm saying, though. But
I feel bad. I really feel bad
But
for the people who wanted to try and make some difference and say something politically or say something as far as like ethic or like because their whole shit got fucked up because of assholes who want to fuck
exactly.
shit up. I'm sick of people who have done nothing who want to fuck the shit up of people who have done something. You know what I mean? Like I'm sick of that shit.
Yeah. So
this is where I put myself, Mike, and you can completely understand and relate to this.
Okay.
So if somebody were to be, protesting down Okeechobee Boulevard and they want to start beating in stores and setting stuff on fire, Michael's store would be right there. You know that they would be breaking that stuff and throwing it in. He's worked his entire life.
Oh yeah, I know.
Nothing. South African. He's considered African American.
Yeah.
Doesn't know anything about what's going on other than trying to.
He doesn't want to know. That's what I like about him. He doesn't want to know.
And they would burn his store.
I know.
Burn his store.
I'm not defending anybody.
I went there,
I'm saying
I decided to drive from here to there and pull out my AR-17 and defend the front of that store. And people came and attacked me and started throwing stuff at me, and I shot them. Would people tell me, "Oh, I wanted to go there"? Sure. Oh, did I want to start a fight? People are always going to say that.
No, that's what I'm saying. No, those guys
in their mind when they went there.
No, I know. So that's not even. I wasn't even making that point. Of course, I would probably. You could probably call me, and I would help you. But what I'm saying is, the people that are trying to normalize the violence against people that are disagree with them, right? Like you said, they're so far left that if you disagree with anything, you must be right. The right wing. So those people are starting to wake up and see that the violence that they're trying to normalize is a fight that they can't win. They're like, hell yeah, we'll fight these people. We'll do whatever it takes to stop them. And then they can't handle one kid.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
One kid.
There was
they
a
can't
guy who
handle
made a
one
speech.
kid.
He was a military vet. He goes to the board of commissioners of his town, and he's like, "Listen, we're peaceful now, but we're not going to. There's a bunch of us. You're shutting our businesses down, and you're preventing our kids from eating and feeding our kids.
I think
they're open this stuff off, take these masks off, or we're gonna get not peaceful."
Yeah, I think they're like I said. I think they're starting to realize that they're at the edge of where you can push people that don't agree with them, and that's gonna.
That video I was telling you with the guy in his car.
The black dude, yeah, That's a great video. Like, you can't push people so far and not expect that this, it's going to escalate. And when it does,
Yeah.
you better be ready. But they're never ready. That's the thing. They're all words, like you call them, like the keyboard warriors. They're all words, even
Yeah,
in
I hate that
person.
shit, bro.
Even in person, they're all just keyboard warriors, and they don't think there's going to be consequences. That's why I think it's de-escalating, because I think people are realizing that they don't know how to kill people, right?
Yeah.
As in the guy that killed the person in Portland. And then when they start shit, they can't even handle one kid with a gun, you know? Like, they hit him with a skateboard. They kicked him in the face. They threw a potential explosive at him. They fired warning shots at him. That kid was literally, he thought he was fighting for his life, and he trained how to use his weapon. And the kid that got a hole blown in his arm clearly did not. Like, he was holding a gun
Yes.
with it. That's what I'm saying. They're not ready. So I think they have to de-escalate because
I know a
they're
couple
just not
different
ready.
guys. I know a couple of different guys who are like legit, like operators in the military or like Marines or whatever. And whenever shit gets weird, I'll fire a text off to those fuckers and be like, hey, what do I gotta fucking think about here? And a couple of those guys, man, are in private security now, okay? And when you think about guys like that, they're at work right now. They're still working right now. But like when they can't, you know what I'm saying? When the guys that like are real deal in this shit feel like they need to go out there, and these are the kind of guys that went to the military because they felt like they needed to go do something. So you think they're not going to go to the neighboring city?
Yeah.
They went to Afghanistan. They went to Iraq. You know what I'm saying? So you
Iraq.
They're gonna hop in the car and drive fucking 90 minutes if need be. So when those guys come out, shit's gonna get fucking wild. Shit's gonna get
It's not,
and then,
but not for long. But not for long.
Then, but
not
then,
for long.
Also, if before that happens, these people find themselves pushing up on somebody like that, or maybe even a neighborhood like mine where there's 5-6 dads in the cul-de-sac who fucking kind of know what the fuck's up. You know what I'm saying? So like, what? One thing has to happen for like you say, is it going to escalate or de-escalate? Maybe it could go either way. But one catalyst is all it takes right now with the way that like the tenor is of the country.
No, I think the last two things made it actually back off and de-escalate more. Because like I said, there's like the black,
I really hope.
The black militia guys even started backing off because I think they realized that like
there's going to be a battle and this
like,
is going to become their giant civil war.
And they need a lot more
training.
Stop right now. On the internet,
I want to put.
They need a lot more training.
Shout out to, hang on, Mike.
Sorry.
I want to put at least a shout out to our police officers who are on the line every single day.
Yo.
Have to deal with people who are getting shot at or shooting each other, and they go and run towards that. Now, even as a convicted criminal and being on the streets and firing in the opposite direction, I get how they have to deal with this.
That's the thing.
And
I find a lot of guys who
to be dropped and forgotten
that.
about is unbelievable. I mean, I have a huge respect for law enforcement, and it's different because I live a clean life, so I don't have anything to worry about now.
Right.
And as opposed to when I wasn't. So when you're riding dirty, cops are dirty.
Yeah. Pretty much. So like, so it was funny that you say that because one of the last Mike's rants that I did, I don't know if you saw it, Casey. I was like, this episode is brought to you by cops, and I wasn't talking about the show. I was talking about like the law enforcement officers that like protect you every day. That was pretty funny. And also, when Andrew was down here, we were waiting outside of Vanna, and I think I caught this officer off guard.
You made him nervous as fuck.
I made him nervous as fuck. I turned around and I was like, hey man, I just want you to know, like, it's like fucked up, all this stuff's going on, but I really support you and your guy, like everybody, And he was just like,
all right,
okay, thank you. Like,
I mean, it's funny not to.
We start talking.
I'll carry around like gift cards for anything, just for guys at work or whatever. And if I see like a trooper or something or a cop at Dunkin' Donuts, I'll buy his coffee behind me.
Right.
We tried, or Andrew tried to buy his coffee.
No, they won't take it. If you give them something like a gift card, they won't take it. What you do is you just leave. You leave the $5, and when in front of you, and you tell the lady whatever he gets, just you tell him, don't worry about it.
Well, I think he got his stuff for free though.
Yeah, he said I didn't hook up there too.
Yeah,
I got to hook up there.
He didn't even have to. I didn't see him pull out a card. Yeah, and he got like 4 or 5 coffees. Yeah, but
funny because we all ended up like hunkering under the fucking overpass. Those pouring rain.
Yeah.
And
like,
there's just people. There's good cops, there's bad cops. Took anything else.
No, there's
people who
definitely
are out
that,
there in the
and I
riots
think
who are
that
out
that's
there
what
for a
needs
good
to be
reason.
looked into more.
What were we talking about one time with Oliver? The unions are really the bad thing. The police unions are like the systemic
Well,
part of it.
Same thing with teachers' unions.
Yeah.
Some of it's
Those
good old
black
boy
teachers
districts,
down
so
at
it's
the
been the same police for. You want to talk about Polk County?
Yeah.
Jesus, man, that's more backwoods. That's the good old boy. Listen to Bubba the Love Sponge.
Yeah, but they're
I've heard many old Cubans say that unions are fucking communists.
yes. But that
Yeah,
I don't
the
know. But
trucking
Polk
union
County.
is the backbone of America too.
So some unions,
I guess.
some unions are actually like
The
not a
Teamsters
mob.
is the largest union in the United States.
That's the largest mob.
And they're a mob.
Yeah, that's the largest mob. That's not.
Listen,
that's
my
not
family,
That's
my,
when the
my,
mob got a lot of money. They,
Yeah.
you know,
my grandfather used to say the government is the biggest mafia in the fucking world. They're telling you pay taxes and we'll take care of everything. Everything's gonna be all right. That's what the old man used to say.
Yeah.
Everything will be fine. Give us a little bit of money there, and your roads
Yo.
will be nice, and your police will come, and your firemen will come. That's the
So
fucking
speaking
mafia.
of- yeah.
That's a protection racket.
Speaking of the government
what
is
do
the
you think
mafia.
government is?
Yeah, we need to
It's
totally.
power. Why do you think that?
We need
Now,
to.
do you want somebody in power who's going to be for everybody in this country, or do you want to be somebody in power that's going to be for everybody outside of this country? They want to
Yep.
help the world, or do you want to help ourselves? That's all this is. This is.
Mhm.
Do you want to help yourself, or do you want to help the world? And
Which
this
is
was
why-
I
his,
don't
this
think
was
there
his
is a benevolent
previous.
choice.
This was his previous campaign. I want to make America better, stronger, protect its borders, kind of, and then build it back up as a company. You know, as
Which makes
you
more
know,
sense.
profit,
Yeah.
make money. But first, you have to stop the bleeding. This is a funnel. This is America, the funnel. We got
He's
blood
so
coming
hateable,
out
though.
the bottom.
He's
of
so
it,
hateable.
you know, and we're
though.
pouring into
Yeah,
the
no,
top.
I
The
understand
only way that
how
you're going to
he's.
catch up
yeah.
and make it faster.
I don't know if you've noticed, Andrew. He's been walking the regular, like, political tightrope lately. He hasn't. It turned from in 2015 him tweeting 100 times a day to now he tweets like 3 times a week.
Yeah, he's definitely like toned down the
Yeah,
tweets for
he's
sure.
toning it down. Like,
Yeah.
like he fixed.
I just think one of his
Hey, he
aides, they
has
learned
to
how to
be
hide his
smart.
phone a little bit and shit. They throw it in a different drawer
Yeah.
in the morning, and then they take
No,
it
no,
from
no.
the couch cushion. and they have
Right,
to
no,
go
no, no. We,
Yeah.
no, I've already figured this one out. So during his speeches, when he gets off of the speech, there's a guy with a card that says, back to the car, back to the speech.
Yeah.
Right? You don't see it. He's
Yeah.
standing there, says, back to the speech. And he starts drifting and talking about China. And he sees
Yeah.
that, get back to the speech, and goes, yeah, China. And he starts reading it right
Yeah.
back along. He's been doing a lot better.
Yeah,
Or
he's
got a
actually
little
been.
cock ring on that has a little electrode on it. And every time
They're like,
he
stop
starts
getting a
to feel it,
boner
they
over
go
that.
up. He goes-
Stop getting a boner
You
over
know
that.
when he's in a mid
He could because he shifts.
goes
Yeah,
like,
he goes, back to
he
the
opens
speech,
his hands,
back
he
to the speech.
goes, anyway, and he goes back to whatever shit he's saying. Yeah.
You just got to keep him on track.
Though, man. Seriously,
Yeah.
I would love to see a boat of Somali pirates somehow pull up to the podium at the debates and just jump out and machete everybody on the stage. Just machete them all down.
I'm not the
You don't
only
want
one that
that.
has that. I'm not the only one that has that.
Right?
That
Yeah.
no. So like
And
literally, I'm thinking.
it could be random Sandinista, Mongols from outside.
You
of
don't
time.
want
I don't
that.
give a fuck. Somebody with
Listen,
blades.
you want to make some money with me? We're buying a mega yacht. We're just gonna steal it. Actually, we're just gonna take one of these huge mega yachts, and we're going to bring them over. We're gonna charge them to come here.
Dude,
Not even a mega yacht. I'm talking
So-
a
Coyotes of the sea.
yeah, one of the
complete
yachts
shipping
that.
container.
Oh yeah.
Well, it was done once
Wow.
before. That's how we got to America in the first place.
Well, there's a thing.
Some people didn't want to
Somebody
come.
came by boat.
Yeah.
You're not Native American.
It's true.
Some people didn't want to
Oh,
come.
however-
some people weren't into it.
However, I was kidnapped by
Somebody
Native
else told
Americans.
them.
I was kidnapped by
Yes.
Native Americans in Black
We are
Hawk.
only open for those who are willing to
Colorado.
pay us to come.
Did
Listen, there's a
I
lot
ever
of
tell you
places
about
that are
that?
really bad in other countries.
I ever tell you about that, Casey? How I got basically like kidnapped at a casino by Native Americans because they thought I was
That is a
a
funny
Native
story.
Did you
American.
look like one?
Yeah, yeah.
Did
I had.
you ask them for their back taxes?
No,
They owe you. You
I
want
had-
some royalties. Or
I was clean shaven and I had really long. I had like
A ponytail?
long hair. Oh yeah, dude. I look like they
oh,
used to call me. They called me
yeah.
Tonto.
Did you didn't even know it, but like a feather fell on you?
Dude, yeah,
from
that could have happened.
dove?
I just lost all my money
Pigeon-
at a
pigeon
blackjack table, and they just put their arm on my shoulder. They're like, "Brother, come on, let's guys see you're down. We'll get you a couple drinks and we're gonna have a good time. And then lots of treason happened because I'm not a Native American, and then that's it. And then I got home.
Okay, well, you got home, so that's
I did,
good.
yeah.
Good to keep
Sometimes
it
they just powwow
unspecific.
you.
Yes. The statute of limitations is over on that, but still, I don't want to talk about it.
I don't know shit about the law.
Yeah, man.
I mean, if it was their mistake, I mean, you may have accidentally led them a little bit.
No,
Maybe you actually are the one who's been slighted because they miss whatever you.
You were racially profiled.
I
think
was
we can go
racially
after you.
profiled. Yeah. True. Yeah, man.
They detained and,
I did not.
and racially profiled you.
They made me eat that bald
You've
eagle.
been hurt this whole time too, haven't you? This is
Yeah.
emotional distress all these years. I think
Yeah,
we have a
man.
mega case on
Dude,
our hands.
I still can't get over the fact that,
Nobody likes American Indians right now anyway.
they made me eat bald
Fried
eagle wings.
feathers and bear fat.
Yeah, man. A buffalo liver.
Did
Oh, no, man.
you dress
That
you
was
in
rough.
buffalo skins?
Yes.
He's like, we
Made
killed
you run
7
around with no
buffalo with
shirt
just
on?
one fucking tongue. It was horrible.
Yeah. It was a rough time. One of the dudes was really drunk and getting violent, too. Anyway.
It was a hard. No, but what
Yeah.
really happened though is Noveloso fucking got hammered and fell asleep, and somebody put Dances with Wolves on TV, and that was all fucking.
That could have happened, too. No. No, like, I was stone cold sober.
He's like,
man.
I'm
It
Kevin.
was
My
rough.
name's Kevin Costner.
I tell you about Dancing with Wolves. I saw it in the movie theater, and
Oh,
a
wow.
tornado hit, in Kansas, and a
Oh,
tornado
man.
hit the movie theater. Like we were in it, and all
That's
power
scary.
went out and everything. Yeah, well, no, you didn't know it was coming. We were in the movie theater. It had pretty good sound quality. But
That's
What
got to
I
be
really
scary,
like
though.
about- the thing I like most about Dances with Wolves actually is that it's also Waterworld, and that it's also The Postman.
Yeah.
They're all
Because Kevin Costner can only be in one
Right.
movie.
Kevin Costner's just like, I really like this guy.
Yeah.
Let's make him have gills. I really like this guy. Post-apocalyptic Postman.
Yes.
Let's do it.
totally gonna
And you know
reuse
what?
this outfit
Tom
again.
I like each fucking movie though. I can't help it.
That's
I
a
watched
good
each one
movie.
if I caught it on TBS back in
Yeah.
the day.
All three of that movie is
Yes.
a good movie.
All
Yeah.
three of that movie. Yes, yeah.
Kevin
Exactly. Yeah, I
Costner's
love
not
that
bad either. Like, he does.
shit. He's
I
solid.
think Kevin Costner does good as a leading role. I also think he does pretty well as like a supporting cast member. I think that's
Yeah.
actually where he shines because he's
I think he was really funny too.
Such
in
a
that
pro.
Movie. He was a serial killer. Did you see that one? He was a serial
What?
killer, and there was like
no.
he was a serial killer, and there was this other guy who wanted to be a serial killer who caught him and was like trying to fucking trying to make him teach him how to be a maybe it was either him with Dane Cook or Ashton Kutcher, somebody young and hip at the time. Yeah. Look that
What?
shit up. So I would love to know the title of that.
This sounds like a great movie.
It was pretty funny. I liked it. It was like dark. If you like Death to Smoochie or some shit like that.
Yes, I love that movie.
Death to Smoochie's a favorite of mine too.
What?
Great Rob. That's one of Robin Williams' best performances. Like I think.
Yeah,
It's awesome.
that and dude, did you? Everybody talks about that
Father of the Year.
that movie. No, that movie where he played a serial killer at the phone booth, where he
The
was like
Photomat.
the
place.
photomat guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, that was not his first serial killer role. You know that, right?
You talking about the one where he was with Pacino, right?
Yes.
Yes. That's a
Dude.
good one. That's a really good one.
That is.
Doesn't he kill? He kills the lady cop.
Yeah,
in
you
that
want
one or
to
something?
Yeah.
talk about serial killing and some
Dude,
your engine music? You like listen to a lot of Eminem still or past?
listen.
I haven't in a long time.
Listen. The best
Have you-
horror music for film
You-
is this
you
band Cult of Luna. That's all I'm gonna say.
You should really look into what his new release videos have been.
We need
I
the-
saw him.
The same way you hit me with the counter for when I tell certain stories, Noveloso, every time you mention Cult of
Cult of
that
Luna?
maybe people should take a shot or
Yo.
fucking whatever. We can get create
Listen.
a game of that.
Yeah, man. Because
Or ISIS. Those
or
two.
ISIS, more ISIS than that. Yeah.
Both.
Yeah.
I think you actually mentioned Cult of Luna more.
It's because they're so good.
Well, I think in reference to movies. and
Yes.
stuff, too.
Oh, the Mr. Brooks, is that the movie that you're talking about?
It might be.
Demi
Yeah.
Moore. Oh wait,
Who's in
Dane
it
Cook.
with him?
Yeah, Dane Cook.
Dane Cook. Yeah. I thought it was
what?
Dane Cook or
He's
Ashton
funny.
Kutcher. Yeah.
Dane Cook is a good actor. It's
He's
weird.
solid.
He's solid.
I did not
Oh,
know.
stand up?
No, just
He had a
acting.
rough time, man. His brother fucking was
Mhm.
robbing. His brother was like his manager. Super fucked up.
Send his brother to jail for like 20 years or whatever. Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
but his brother took like millions from him, like shut down his accounts, like legit robbed.
Yep.
Not even like was slowly embezzling, and then when he knew he was about
But
to
like
get caught,
he
like,
just took it all.
robbed him.
Yes, blind. Yeah.
Just was like, fuck it, we'll see what happens.
And
So
like
did
the
his brother
only
treat him like a dick? I mean,
No.
you're riding the money train.
I don't know.
Why
He was making a lot of fucking money just by
Listen.
having your
My
brother
father,
and
my father tells me this
Listen.
every single time now. Why fuck the golden goose?
Yeah.
You know, why wring the golden goose's neck and say, make me more eggs?
Yeah.
Nice
Why cook
goose.
that bitch?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, how do you like this goose? You know.
and the crazy thing
Goose
is
lay you more eggs.
Dane
For
Cook is, from everything I've heard from comedians, is like the sweetest guy. Is the crazy thing, right? Like even Louis C.K. was like, he stole my like dirty asshole joke. Is like, no, that's a really nice guy. Doesn't matter, you know. Like
Yeah, Rogan had a similar take with him too.
yeah, like it's still like
the tiger's fucking joke.
yeah, like
Rogan's and he made a rhino's fucking or something.
yeah, and like even then, like he's like the people gave him shit. Still a nice dude, like crazy, and like
People can steal somebody else's joke, but I mean, I guess.
well, he was the lower, he was the harder to accuse version of
The
Mencia.
lesser offenser.
Yeah. And once people started calling him out on it, he wasn't like, yeah, I stole it. He was like, so you're the only one that's ever had an itchy asshole? Like, you're the only one that's ever seen, like, animals fighting? Like, he's like, come on, man.
True, that's true,
Like,
too.
yeah.
That's a fair, it's a
Yeah,
fair
like,
percent.
and they were like, okay. They're like, okay, like, he didn't do the okay, I stole it, or, like, did the weird, like, no, I would never, but, like, is
Right.
admitting your guilt. He was like, no, man. Like, we're both fucked up in the head. Like, I itch my asshole all the time. Like, and that, like, turns into another joke.
Those are hemorrhoids.
Yeah, and they, like,
He's
have...
probably in his
yeah.
40s.
But like
Hilarious.
when people talk to him about it, he like almost like turned it into a bit, which is kind of like revealing your truthfulness, you know, like
Mhm.
Right.
especially when it's comedians trying to call you out on it. It's another comedian. That's what I'm saying too.
Right.
Like when people try to like paint him in this light, but like people that really know him, you know, like good dude. And I even saw
Listen,
there was that same stand-up where he's like, people are saying like, your parents got cancer to get away from you or whatever, right? And he's like, and my brother stole all this
Dark.
money, right? Yeah,
Dark.
he's like, that's how much hate he gets. He's like, those are the emails he gets, and like, he was even saying still like after his brother stole all that money from him, people are like, well, it's because you're an asshole, and he's like, do you know me? Like,
Dark.
that's crazy. Like
Dark.
he gets crazy hate, which is weird.
Super dark.
I can tell that.
Unnecessary.
Yeah, I can tell why, like, in Waiting, because that's when when he was in that movie Waiting, it was, like, in the middle of all this shit. Like, people were emailing him that shit about his parents, and, like, he was in the middle of going through shit with his brother at that time. This is
fucked up. I hear
old
that
stuff,
shit.
right?
listen.
Like, you
It-
can
it-
you
hold
can
on.
see, like, he's
I'll tell you-
fat.
Yeah.
Like, he's depression eating. Like, he's fat, you know? Like, he's healthy now.
Sure.
Wait,
But, like-
wait. If you're gonna put your life out there, and you're gonna be in Hollywood, and you're gonna be stardom, and you're gonna do shit personally, and
Well, he
don't
was
think
de-
that it's gonna get private because people
Yeah.
want to follow everything you do,
Mhm.
and those people who follow you say shit. But those same people who are following you are also contributing to how come you have so much effing money.
Yeah.
So it's a double-edged sword for most all the people that are in Hollywood, in those movies, and in those
Sure.
industries, and they have
Yeah.
different relations. And man, they get caught when they cheat because everybody's watching.
Yeah.
It's.
I think he
you make
had-
porn,
I
wow,
think the
now it's
issue,
out
though,
there.
is-
What do you expect?
I think
But-
the issue for a guy like that is you go from being beloved to then having that happen. It's like it's the juke.
Yeah.
You're like, oh wait,
And-
I thought everybody loved me. Fuck.
and I
when
think-
you're young and you get famous
Mhm.
quick because you're fucking so good.
Yeah.
I think it happened. Bill Burr has a great bit about it where he's like, there's no school to teach these young guys about the army of whores that's going to descend upon you once you make that
Right.
first couple million.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and it's true. Like, there's like Mike Tyson's a great example of a guy like once he lost his mentor, things changed for him. There's a lot of people who have the same kind of situation where like they come into wealth due to their excellence and they don't know how to manage that shit. You know
Absolutely,
what I mean? That happens to
100%.
so many people. Yeah,
All of them, and unfortunately,
and you
even
trust,
more
and
so
then you trust
that you
somebody who's supposed
see
to be your family, and boom, they fuck you. That sucks.
those are the first ones that it
Yeah.
completely breaks your heart more.
Yeah, family
You know,
family
not the
does have a
money.
tendency
Money-
to violate sometimes.
The money had nothing to do with it. It's how much it hurt. But I mean, look at the Wahlbergs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta be able to stick together and trust your family.
That is a
Yeah,
unique
they do
family.
stick together.
That is a unique family in show business because they stick
It's not
together.
that unique, though.
But no, I mean they stick together
Irish Catholic, old school. stick
and
together.
they don't fuck each other. Not like fuck each other
Look at
over,
good
like
rock
like
bands,
fuck each other.
Aerosmith, right?
Well,
Okay,
Yeah,
you can
Aerosmith.
make it when you make yourself family. Look at Aerosmith,
well,
They're tight. They were tight. They worked
Metallica.
together, too.
Okay, Metallica's still hitting it, man,
well,
nonstop. I had tickets to see them.
Well, there was-
Freaking coming, they took my
there was things
Metallica.
that happened in Metallica. They kicked out the
Well,
best
with
member
some
of the
guys.
band, and then
The
they
bass player.
and then the bass player died, and then they kicked out the best member of the band, which is the guy that replaced him. It was
Who
weird.
was Dave Mustaine?
Yeah, Dave Mustaine was their first guitar player, and he wrote with the bass player pretty much all of the first two albums. They kicked him
Cliff
out.
Burton.
Yeah, they kicked him out. Yep, and then Burton died, and then
Yeah,
the guy.
bus accident.
Yep, and then the guy that replaced him, they kicked him out in like 2002 or whatever, and now they've got a bass player from that South American metal band. I forget their name, but yeah, now they're close.
He looks like a Metalocalypse character. He's
Yeah,
not
he
great.
literally is a Metalocalypse character. Yeah,
Yeah.
like yeah. So I mean, I guess they're close, like family now, but they're like
Sometimes
fam-
shit doesn't work out.
they're a
Too, man.
family
Personalities
with-
fucking butt.
with two whiny moms that are two whiny Karen moms that are drunk, yelling at each other, saying, "Why can't you say that you love me without 5 beers?" to each other, and then the guitar player is the gay aunt that's like, "I don't want to get in the middle of this, but are we gonna eat this roast that I made?" And they're like, we're not gonna eat roast today." And they're like, "No, we're having this roast." And then like the bass player now is just like the aunt's kid that's like, "I'm just happy we're all sitting down to dinner." You know, like that's so yeah, if you can say they're a close family, then that's the type of family they are. Weird group of dudes. They tried to make a whole album without solos, and then the
They're
lead
getting
guitar
pretty
player
old.
was like,
Too, man.
he's like, no. You guys fight about everything. You're not taking away my thing. That's what I'm saying. He's the gay aunt that's like, well, we're gonna eat this roast I made. I do solos. That's what I do.
We're gonna eat the roast.
We're gonna eat this roast. I made it.
Well, on that note, boys, we've hit the 2-hour mark. It's 11:30 in the PM.
Well,
This has been a fun one.
yeah. I wanted to talk about some other stuff, but I guess we're done.
I think I heard you wind it down a little bit over the last couple minutes. We started talking about Metallica being ants and stuff.
Got it.
They are a family of ants. But
Well, shit, boys.
we got things though. We're coming up with
Yes.
talk about and things.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
First of all, like, subscribe, Patreon. Check out all of those
Yes.
things. Check out all the links below.
Definitely.
Casey, do you have anything that you want to plug to? Anything that you've got going on? Any social media things you want people to check out?
Yeah, nah, I mean, I
What's
post it. If it's important, you'll come find me.
No, what's your
Right on.
little light thing? Not little. I
A
don't know.
UV light, it's mostly for corporate.
No,
You're
not
not
that.
gonna
No,
find some-
not that.
No,
Your
not that, not
Facebook
that.
page that you made about like light LED
Try
lighting.
energy savings.
Yeah. There you go. That's it. Where can they find
Try
that?
energy savings on Facebook.
Yeah, man.
See if that changes anything.
Check it out.
Sweet. Yeah. So, also, yeah. So Casey,
Prove me
you're,
wrong. I'm not big onto the Facebook media stuff, but if somebody can start to follow and change me as a believer.
there you go. What do you guys do there though? Like, what do you do
What
on?
do I do?
Yeah.
I reduce energy use for
How?
larger companies, whether by using LED lighting.
Cool.
I go in by doing water savings. So if you have a very high water bill in your condominium, we can reduce the water
Sweet.
bill.
Nice. So like what kind of savings are you looking at? Like when you do just the LED, like a lot.
Up to 50% savings on your electric bills for any of your lightings.
That's
that
big.
you
That's
use. You're
huge.
converting
Yeah,
into
man.
LEDs, you're dropping that stuff in half. And the lifespan of it changes. So you get a longer lifespan, less maintenance work to have to use on it.
Yep. That's what I was talking. That's why I was like, yes, plug that, because that's like a big
Yeah.
thing, man. Like,
Definitely
You have to ask me about it. I don't just talk about lighting. If you ask me or something, or you
No,
tell
I-
me something, like I went to dinner at the Woods for my girlfriend's dinner birthday. for a birthday dinner. We took her out to the woods. I look around. I'm like, man, you got lights out all over the place. This is horrible. He's like, yeah, we haven't been able to get in touch with our lighting guy for 3 months. I'm like, yeah, I'm a lighting
You're
guy.
like,
Here's my car.
there's
I said, I'll meet
me.
you tomorrow. I took a look, walked the place, got the whole thing taken care of.
Nice.
Getting it there.
And you probably saved him money in the long run too, as the thing. Yeah.
Listen, when you're the woods and you're an upscale
You don't
restaurant,
care, yeah.
you need to be able to have your lighting taken care of. You got to be able to pay the lights.
Yes.
Right? What's it all come
Yes.
down to? If you ain't paying the lights right now, you're out of
Yep.
business.
So,
If your lights aren't looking good, guess what? Woo, you're in trouble.
yes. So we got
Contact me. I'll take care of all your lighting needs.
yes. Also, too, Casey is our first Patreon subscriber, and so we post some we posted some content the other day. I don't know if you saw it. It's like our new series that we're doing. It's completely uncensored and the full length. And if you become a Patreon subscriber like Casey, you get access to that. We do posts. I'm also doing a photo dump of our last shoot that's on there. So
We say a lot of things. We say a lot of things that are not good.
We say a lot
You
of
gotta be
things that
edited.
you shouldn't say. Yeah, there's a lot of
Spend
edits.
a whole lot of time in that editing booth.
Yeah, right here, right here.
Yeah.
Just looking at my own fucking face,
And he's
editing.
not underpaid, cunts.
Yes, true noob or large
In the build out.
or
Exactly.
Lar
In the build out.
Janus.
No.
The two people that commented tonight were Lar Janus and True Noob. And they
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
whatever.
Two people.
two people.
I don't know either of those
Lar-
people's names.
But no. The
Don't-
first guy, Lar
I get it,
Janus.
I get it.
So somebody
Anyway.
has to take the time to make that page and then use it
Yeah.
to go around and make
Credit where
comments.
it's due.
That is a lot of time and
What were
effort,
the-
man.
what were the
comments?
Give
What
him
were tonight's
condolences
I
for
don't-
coming up with a name such as that.
I don't know. Somebody,
was
Lar
the next
Lar
one?
Then he
Janus
can go-
said Benoid, and then True Noob said Mike getting overpaid. That's it. I don't think.
Annoyed?
Yeah, I don't know what that is. Benoid? Maybe it's a word in Filipino. Sounds like a Filipino word. I don't know.
I wonder what context.
We are international, guys. This is a success.
Oh,
International.
yes.
You gotta look at the bright side of everything. That's why I still lights, man. It's always bright and sunny.
So yeah, we got that.
Positive all the way, dog.
We've got the new series where we react to music. We're dropping that every
LSD
Tuesday now.
Reacts.
Yes, LXD Reacts. I do that. And we also have the cool sit down with the Cuban Roundtable. I don't know. I got that
Yeah.
music, that Latin music that you requested for the intro in there. Yes. You're gonna like it.
Yeah.
Yep. And so that's coming up.
I'm gonna
And
like
then,
hate it. Yeah.
yes, we're gonna get our new guy on the channel, Oliver. We're gonna get his
Yes.
new series going, and also I may want to do some things where like just you talk to somebody, Andrew, or like
Okay.
just I talk to somebody, or whatever.
Okay. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, like where I just
Yeah.
load it up and then we go.
Oh, and
Yeah.
also in the coming,
Tom
I
Eats
think
It.
next 2 weeks, Tom Eats It will
Yeah.
be back within the next 2 weeks. Yeah.
What are the things that Tom
So-
has eaten and will eat? Andrew.
Tom has eaten so far on camera with us 3 Carolina Reapers, 3 dried and then rehydrated
Which are
Carolina Reapers.
worse.
Can you put those into like a vodka? If I send you a special bottle of vodka, and then have them drink
Yeah.
Like
that.
just drop it. Oh my.
Oh,
No,
wow.
we gotta let them
Intense.
sit in
You
there. For
try.
like, no, you gotta
Let's-
hype it up. You gotta hype
You
it
gotta
up.
let it
I want
infuse.
to put
You
like
gotta let
20
it
of them,
infuse.
20 Reapers in the bottle
Yeah.
of vodka,
20
You
Reaper
would
vodka.
try.
Oof.
and he's gotta do
Try
shots
an
of them,
animal. Yeah.
and then see how many shots he can do.
Literally.
He drank
Oh god.
an entire half a gallon of eggnog. I think we've actually played that on a previous episode.
Wait, I'll
Like
send you a bottle of the vodka.
that. Okay.
It's
Send it.
Monkey in Paradise vodka.
All right.
They're friends of mine. They're the
Okay.
guys who have the UV sensors. Right? They
Okay.
own that vodka as well. It's 3 best
Mm.
friends who came together and took the formula and made a house brand that's now nationwide.
Nice.
That's dope.
We'll feature it on the show.
Send you a
Nice.
bottle of that,
Yeah.
you put it in there, and you promote
That's
it.
an
Maybe-
awesome little sponsorship note.
Maybe it'll be like Tom is doing something, and every time somebody says or he says something, he has to do a shot of the Reaper
Yeah,
vodka.
like you get-
Yeah, like a
that's
drink.
good.
Oh, Tom reacts. How? Oh,
Yeah, so
We
far
just-
Tom has eaten scorpions
Dude.
on the show. He has, in his own pastime, just knowing.
I don't think that's very fair for the scorpion. He doesn't turn out very good at the end of that.
It doesn't work out for the scorpion well at all. But I've seen Tom eat a.
I guess that's how the frog must have felt.
I've seen Tom eat 5 pounds of macaroni and meat sauce in one sitting. I've seen Tom do some gastric feats of strength, chugging eggnog like it's mother's milk. He's an amazing weird human. On the show so far, he's just eating scorpions and the reapers, I think. Coming up, we have barbecue flavored mealworms. We've got clam canes is the ones I'm most looking forward to. That's going to be it's clam flavored candy canes, and he's going to just munch those until he can get through the whole box.
That's
He's
gross.
done in the past the Devil's Toe, which is one of the spiciest lollipops you can find. We've got video of that that's going to be sent to Mike next. I should have given that to you last time I was down, Mike. But we have that video.
Oh,
and,
no.
He's going to do that again. He's going to try and keep the Devil's Toe in his mouth for 5 minutes. I think last time he got to around the 3-minute mark. Tom is a freak of nature.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be interesting to see what he can't do throughout this project.
Yeah, it's so
But
great
he has
to
a
be
Rona
in
for a
America
while.
and be able to find
Right?
people like that.
Yes.
This is
I've
great.
known Tom since we were in 5th grade. He's one of my oldest friends, and he's just he's a really unique, weird human. In all
You
kind
should
of
be able to
ways.
push that together. I had a friend of mine that could vomit on command. And I mean just a stream of vomit. At any given time, drinking beer is just like basically, so we can have him shoot it into a cup and then drink the vomit beer. It's still cold. He can shoot it so fast. On command,
Oh
he can.
my god! Oh my god!
Oh, you want to talk
Now,
about
see,
a fun guy?
that is.
Dude, you gotta do it. You gotta do it.
is a
Fun.
You gotta do it. Come on, do it.
A
my
fun
God.
guy. Oh
Oh
God.
my god! See, Tom is the opposite. I've seen him eat like a Waffle House T-bone in like 3 bites with barely any chewing, and then try to vomit it, but it gets stuck in his.
Because it's such a
esophagus,
big piece.
And
Oh.
him reach in and pull out the chunks.
Oh.
Because he's like, the steak's blocking the coffee. It's making me sick. I gotta puke up the coffee.
God, man.
I could probably
He's
eat
a
it in the
fucking
3
animal.
minutes. I could probably eat it in the 3 minutes, but keep it down.
Dude,
That's about all you get sitting at the
he'll
table at
just-
Chow Hall. You
Oh.
get 3 minutes and you're up. You got to be at the next
But he
people are
won't
coming
chew.
in.
He won't fucking chew. He just
Learn how to
he's
eat
like a
fast
pelican,
for 5 years.
right?
Yeah, but
Fucking-
dude,
he's a
he just
pelican.
eats gross shit.
Yeah, Tom's an animal.
So-
Tom's an animal.
Yeah,
We-
the
we
gross
so-
stuff. No
I think-
thanks.
I think we should do a Tom reacts, like the way we react to videos.
Ooh, yeah.
And-
Yeah.
And the thing is, like, if he breaks, then he has to take a shot of that Reaper vodka.
We should make him watch fucked up stuff.
Yes. What does he
Crazy
not
stuff.
like? What does he not like?
Everything.
He doesn't like
Anything that's
everything?
Gross or weird.
Is that
or
how that
Really?
like, 2 girls
So-
in a cup stuff ever
so
came out? I told you,
he's
Mike, I never did
gross.
see that.
He's gross, but he's like he
2
doesn't
girls,
like
1
gross
cup.
stuff.
2 girls, 1
Yeah,
cup is
he
not
should- yeah.
is not
He
the
hates
roughest
shit
thing.
Like that. He
Yeah.
hates shit like that. 2 girls, 1 cup made him almost fist fight me when we were kids. He got almost sick. That's
Oh,
what I'm saying.
no.
He'll
So-
be an animal and eat a bunch of shit and barf, but something like that will affect. So the internet is you can just torment
Just pull up-
Tom for years.
Like not
Anything.
even bad stuff.
Yes.
Not
Pull
even
up a
bad
horrible,
stuff.
Like you could just go to a general porn site and go to the fisting section and ruin
Oh.
Tom's fucking week.
Or how about this funny videos, and if he laughs, then he has
We
to
could
take a
do
shot.
both. We could
Yeah,
do
yeah.
both. He has to fight cringes. He doesn't know if it's gonna be cringe or
Oh,
laugh.
but
he
he-
has to fight.
Yeah. And the thing is, well, here's the thing. So if he laughs when he's supposed to cringe, he gets like a reward, like milk, to soothe the pain, and he can save it.
Yes.
right?
Yes. He gets, yes.
And he can
Oh, we
save
have
it
to
if he
sit down and
wants.
break this game
Yes, I'm
down. Yeah,
definitely.
It's gonna be called Tom Survives.
Yes, Tom survives.
Slice of bread.
Yeah,
Give him a
yeah,
slice of
like
bread.
a slice
Right,
of
you get
bread
that
or that.
on
Yeah.
the side,
Half a slice.
like
No, I
bread
think
crumb.
half slice.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's too much.
Yes,
Yes.
dude, this is great. This is great.
Oh,
Oh,
listen,
This
you wanna
show's
know
gonna be
some of
awesome.
the-
Rona now. He's starting to feel better. I'm actually going to see him tomorrow for the first time since he had the Rona, so it's going to be good. He'll be
Good.
back in the swing.
good, good.
a good time for me in prison for Hanukkah, Passover matzahs.
Oh, I love some
Well,
matzo
Passover.
butter. Oh,
Right. Now, dry. I would bet anybody in the dorm house that they can't eat a full piece in like 5 minutes. Dude, everybody take me on the challenge.
that's
Dude.
awesome.
We gotta
The
get
rest
Tom.
of them won't even
Get
try
Tom.
once they start to see one person doing it. No
Try
water,
matzah
no
challenge
water.
for Tom.
What?
Fucking, that's
Oh
good.
my God.
Dude.
5 minutes and they're
Oh, that's-
That would be
Matzo
great to
Every
see.
year I would get them too, because it'd be a new dorm every
guava
year. For me.
jelly. Oh, that's that Cuban Jubin right there. Baby.
That would be great to see. Tom just going like, I could do it, I could do it, with just dust.
You cannot. You cannot.
I've seen Tom also eat a big spoonful of cinnamon before and try and do that thing. He thought he could do that.
Oh, you thought and it didn't work? Oh, that's
Did
great.
not
That's
work
the
at
best.
all. Did not
Because
work
like
at
that,
all.
that lets you know that
He
he's
always
human
thinks he can
still.
do it. Yeah.
That lets
Yeah.
you
You
know
gotta
he's
feel
human.
bad from the cough.
Yeah, I mean, he was all right, but he was just like brr, brr, and it was just like blowing out his nostrils and shit like a fucking dragon. Yeah.
I'm excited
I've seen
for
quite a few
Tom's
people do
shows.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah, Tom's shows are gonna be good. He's back in the swing, so he's feeling a lot better.
good.
So, which is great.
And also Tom and I still need to have like a
from
like
the
a sit
last
down.
month? What
He had Corona. He had the
Yeah.
Rona. He was in the hospital.
yeah,
he
that
was
was nothing.
on a respirator. He had a tube in his nose and shit.
Oh,
I kept telling
he
him
was really.
they got to take the tube out of his nose and put it up his asshole. Fucking, I would just call. I would text him horrible shit like that, or I would call him and just say, "Hey, are you all right? Did you
No.
drop dead?" And he'd be like, "No, I didn't drop dead." I go, "Did they put the catheter in your dick?" And he'd go, "No, I can get up and pee." And I was like, "All right, listen, tell them to put the catheter in your dick, but when they come to put it, make sure you have a hard on. That's the best way to do it." And he was fucking. I would just tell him shit like that. Yeah, he's my oldest friend, so I got to make his life, interesting.
Right.
We got to have the sit down with him and I too, because like I had Corona too, Casey. And,
Yes, we got to have a Corona
Yeah,
conversation.
me too.
I had
So did Morris.
zero symptoms, and
Little ones like
we had-
this.
I
little
couldn't
headache.
taste.
I had it in New Orleans, bro. I
couldn't
bad
taste
fucking head
the
cold.
or
smell.
smell. Yeah, the smell led to me not being
Mine
able
was
to
the
taste
smell.
so much.
My girlfriend had taste and smell.
Yeah, like everything
Thompson,
tasted like a
tastes like
rubber
hair.
band. Yeah,
No,
yeah,
I
everything
just it
tastes like
smelled
something.
like cigarettes. I would smell cigarette smoke. I'm like,
And that's all you
it's
can
like
smell,
just
right?
super clean air.
Yeah.
Like it was just like a chemical smell. I would
Yeah.
smell like
Yeah, I had a
ultra
chemical like rubber band taste
Taste.
for like a couple
Right.
weeks. Yeah, and the
because
smell
the
was just
thing was made in
I
a freaking
thought-
chemical lab.
yeah, and I thought
It has
my
residue.
I thought my nose was swollen shut, but I was like, nope, it's not swollen shut. I just can't smell, and everything tastes
Right.
like a rubber
You can
band.
breathe.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, no, it's good.
breathe.
It's nothing, no smell going in
I
there.
was waiting to not be able to taste food, and it never came. I was pissed. I was kind of waiting to not eat a big spoon of peanut butter every day,
Yeah,
handful of peanuts because you can't taste them.
but
And
yeah,
a big spoonful of
we could
peanut
even
butter
have like a
with cookie.
bigger like round table discussion. Everybody talking about how
Yeah.
they got corona. But the thing with Tom and I is we both are like out of shape and have the same precursors. Like
Yeah.
he's like
Diabetic
pre-diabetic or diabetic,
Yeah,
right? And
Yeah.
like I've got asthma. He said he had asthma or whatever.
No,
or
I
like,
think he had like
Yeah,
bronchitis.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's
he's
your
not
kid.
healthy. Man.
yeah, he's not healthy. Yeah. What now?
Well, no, when you eat and drink all that kind of stuff, you're not a healthy person. That's,
No,
But like I've got
Tom is not taking
Here.
care of
Yeah.
what's in his body.
so like if
no,
if
but
you
that's
just
okay because
Yeah.
we love him anyway, man.
Yeah.
exactly
That's
right.
okay.
That's
So,
it.
like-
he's the best dude.
And he's
in the world.
enjoying. He's happy, man. He's
Yeah.
But
happy.
he likes to make other people happy doing that shit too. A little bit.
That makes him
Right,
happy.
he's
Yeah.
Chris Farley,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, he's
Chris
So-
Farley had that same gene.
Yes,
Just wanted nothing to
yes.
do but make everybody
Very
happy.
Farley-esque.
And do cocaine.
So if you just
very
had
Farley-esque.
if you just had
Want to do
one of
cocaine
these
and make you laugh. Make you laugh with cocaine.
So Tom and I pretty much have these. Like, if you had one of these, you were gonna like
You were in
die
trouble,
of
yeah.
COVID,
Yeah.
like asthma, high blood pressure, diabetes, high cholesterol, like
Right.
BMI is like way off. Him and I both have the same of all of those. We have all of them, like everything. Like if you get it, like that's it, you're dead. And like he went to the hospital, but he seemed like even when you're the way you were describing Andrew, like he was in the hospital on a respirator, but that was like for
Yeah.
a day. And they were just
No,
like,
he was like in there for like a week probably. When he got home,
but the respirator
they gave
you
him
were saying was like,
oxygen.
yeah,
I think he was on 3 or 4 days on the respirator. So we gotta
Yeah.
ask him to be sure. But when I know when he got home, they told him he was gonna be on oxygen for like several months to a year.
and he's like,
He
good.
got off that shit like the first week. He
That's
was
what
like,
I'm saying,
not gonna
yeah.
allow
But they
this.
don't know.
They don't know.
They just
Yeah.
tell
They
you
just
the worst
want.
possible shit.
Come on.
Yeah.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. And he
Yeah.
had a
Trying
bad
to
run of it.
scare you.
Yeah, and he had a bad
Yeah,
run
he
of
did have
it,
a bad run of it, yeah.
but is still he's like the way like
I
even
think
he
probably,
interacts.
too, because his mom has a lot of health issues and
Mhm.
he takes care of her, so he's taking her to the hospital and to the doctor's offices
Yeah.
very often. So I think that's maybe why he run against a really
But
pretty
even
gnarly strain of it.
Still, no, that's just it reacts to everybody differently, is what I've
True.
been seeing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I've heard too. Yeah.
But he got a
It's
bad
just
run of
like
it, and he's
a
like
regular
he's okay.
Cold.
Yeah, Exactly,
Same
right?
type of thing. The only problem is that we prolonged it instead of letting it all go and work its
Yeah,
course
man.
and have been done. We never had a cold virus that ever lasted this long. Why?
We
Because
all act
everybody
like a
gets
herd
the
of
same
civics.
strain
Yeah.
of cold, and I get it at work, and then you get it, and it's like, oh, we
Yo.
take 2 days off, we stay in bed, we drink a lot of tea, we do the Theraflu,
So
and it's
remember
done.
we were talking about the fact checking thing at the beginning. So
Yeah.
Right.
I shared this meme, and the independent fact checkers from Zurich said that wasn't true on Facebook, right? And I read it. So here's the meme. It was the only 6% of the people in the world that have caught COVID have died of just COVID by itself, right?
COVID, right?
Yeah,
Yes, and
of
the
the
CDC
cases.
actually came out with that. I was going to bring that up next.
Yeah.
but-
So the people in Zurich said, well, the way this meme is presenting it is not true. And then I read it, and it's like, while the math is accurate, the way they're portraying it is not accurate. And then it's like, no. And then I was like, but if the,
statistics, they're not in their favor. It's
Yeah.
not being portrayed right.
yeah, and I was like,
Yeah,
but if the
statistics are.
but if the math is right, then the meme is right. And then like I kept reading, and they're like, it's just not right. And I was like, where are your sources? And it's like, no, it just can't be right. And I was like, that's your fact checker. It's the fact check. It's just not right.
I said so.
It's just not right.
La, 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 la,
Right.
la.
Because I
Everybody's
said
got
so.
an agenda, man.
Yeah,
That's
man.
That's what it all comes down
And
to.
it's not.
All have a fucking agenda.
Yeah, and
But they're being
they're
paid for it.
and
So
they're
I used
trying
up all
to-
my true facts.
Mhm.
They're worried
I
about
have to
who's
use up at
signing
least
and
10 more
that side.
non-true facts
Yep.
until I can use my true fact. It's a video
And
game
people,
for them.
yeah, and people
Like
are trying to
Candy
say,
Crush.
and those people are trying to say that like the meme is trying to say that only 6% of the people that caught it actually had it, and it's like, no, the meme doesn't say
No.
that. The meme is saying, listen, the people that died, like the people that died of corona and other things, still died of other things and corona. However,
2.5
people-
other items in their
yeah,
body.
yeah, the only people that died of corona only is 6% of the total people that caught it, which is 6% of like 300,000 or whatever.
174,000 something.
Yeah, in
550
America, yeah, just in America, yeah, which is
Yeah,
way
this
less,
American stats.
way less than like a lot, almost every disease. You
I just
know?
want to know what dummies are shocked that they just fucking constantly lie to us. Like that's what they do. That's their whole. They just
The ones that are
bullshit.
still wearing masks,
Yeah, man.
they are identifying themselves.
I mean-
It's very easy.
Dude,
Hashtag choice.
Some people
Everybody
got
gets
no-
the
some
choice.
people,
You want to
know,
wear it,
people
you
gonna
don't
go
want
in
to
the
wear it.
store.
And we will
Yeah.
be able to tell exactly
Yeah.
who is who. It'll be easy when we have to bear our
I
arms.
Unless
said,
you get fucking fined in your neighborhood for that, that's gotta suck too.
yeah, no, that's why the only reason I wear
My
one is
boss
because I
is
don't want to get a
tripping
ticket.
because he's
Yeah, I
gonna
don't
get
want a $500
fined.
fine.
Because
Right.
he can't find what? He got fined?
No, he doesn't want to get fined, so he's
Oh.
all scared about
Yeah,
it. So
yeah,
he's
yeah.
got to sit at his desk by himself with a mask on. At
That's
his
what I'm
desk
saying.
Dude.
Listen, you know, Dave. So
Because he's worried that they may come through a secret agent.
So
undercover.
David, our friend that was on the show, Andrew, put
Mhm.
like something about masks or whatever, and I put like I commented, I was like, I just wear a mask so I don't get fined, and somebody was like, it's sad that you have to have the threat of being fined to do the right thing, and I was like,
and
I was-
like
yeah, and I was
those
like,
people.
yeah, and I was
It's
like,
the right thing.
and I-
no,
so
no,
I
it's only-
it was like the Reich thing, like
The right.
the Reich thing, and I was like,
oh, that's a good one.
yeah, and I was like, Zig Heil, brother, like.
High five.
yeah, I was
high
like, yeah,
five on that
and,
one,
like,
buddy.
I just,
High
like,
five right
I
there.
went full mic on him, and David was like, haha, that's funny. And the guy was like, this is not funny. You have to do this. You must comply. And I was like, listen, man, I'll goose step right alongside of you as long as I don't. Oh, yeah, I do. Just know we don't have people. Don't have enough people.
I don't take a second to even argue with people typing
It's so
this out
weird,
because
though,
they're
how
not worth my
quickly-
time. But
how
if they want to
quickly
talk to
people
me
are-
on it,
Yeah. No, that's.
It's so weird how quickly people are eager to like be the I forget what they called them, but like in Nazi Germany they had like the Jews that kept the other Jews in line. Like,
Yeah,
fucking-
that's what I was saying.
Yeah,
That's
people
exactly
are
what
so
I said
eager
to him.
to be one of the fucking cops, to be one of the stormtroopers. So
Listen.
I tell you what to fucking do. Like I hate that shit so goddamn much. I
I
hate
yeah.
fuck left or right. It's
Mhm.
authoritarian or libertarian. That's what the fuck
Yep.
is really going on here. We have people
Right.
who want to just run shit and not give people their fucking free. Like we should just leave everybody the fuck alone. That's what America's
Listen,
supposed to be.
right, that's
leave
what
me the
America
fuck
is all
alone,
about.
I leave
That's-
you the fuck alone.
that's what it's
supposed to
about.
be beautiful
If you
like
don't
that.
like this, if you don't like it here,
Then
you
don't
don't
do
like
it.
the freedom, then go live somewhere else. Go check
Mhm.
somewhere else out.
Yeah, don't
It's not even
move.
that.
Yeah.
Get a
It's not
one-way
even
ticket.
just
I think
that.
I think
not
our
even just
taxes
that.
need to
It's
be used to
supposed
pay
be.
for a one-way ticket out.
But it's supposed to be.
I will give you
Not
a
even
$5,000 and a plane ticket anywhere you want from the U.S. government to just get out, and you're not allowed back.
Fuck all that.
And our walls and
How
our
about-
borders get
but how
tight.
about instead of that, we allow the fucking country to be the experiment that it was meant to be, and each state autonomously runs itself in a way that gives every American the option to live in the way that they see fit. That's
Yeah.
what the fuck it was supposed to be. What's been happening now is big government has been steamrolling all the individuality of each state. That was the true beauty of America. We were a nation.
That's
of
why Florida's
states,
the best,
not
bro.
a bunch of countries. We were a nation of states that could each implement their
Florida.
own value system.
then
That's
I would do
where
it
we
this
fucked
way.
up. We're supposed to be individually free in each state. You're supposed to be able to
Right.
You know
So
what?
each
I
state
like
needs
Georgia.
to.
That's what I'm gonna do. Georgia.
That's why I'm
shit.
gonna
I like,
live
you know
there,
what I
sure.
mean? Yeah.
So
That's what we're
that's
supposed
where it
to
needs to
have.
be. Each state needs to rep itself like a football team.
Yes.
Florida.
Every state needs to be like,
It
yo,
should
you need to
be.
come move to Florida. Why? What? Because we got pill mills. I mean,
Yeah.
whatever
No.
it is. you gotta
No,
I'm not
Florida,
seriously talking like that, but
Florida
you know what I
and
mean.
Texas.
You got to throw some kick into it.
dude. Florida and
funny.
Texas
Come
have like
move to-
our populations are growing while the
Yeah.
populations like New
California.
York,
Oh
and
God, dude,
California
the
are
houses
declining.
on Palm
New York's
Beach,
empty.
the houses on Palm Beach are flipping so fast. Everybody's buying bigger ones that live out there, and they're selling smaller ones, extra couple mil.
Yeah,
Dude,
man.
It's huge
I
going
need
on
to
out
I
there
need to
right
get in on a wholesale on one of them.
Dude.
Collect some middleman money.
now.
But,
Well, Epstein's house would have been a good takeover,
I
except for it's a dump.
know.
They're just rebuild that thing.
Yeah, people just want the land on the island, honestly. But yeah, so shit, I was saying something, and everybody was you guys brought up some points, and I really liked them, and I wanted to expound upon them. But I
Rewind.
I can't. It'll go on air that me rewinding, and it'll be real weird. Oh no, the taking the callers. Yeah. So like,
Yeah.
but also that guy that I was talking to, it was like to do the right thing. I was like the right thing, and I was like, and then he's like, no, it's not like that. You just have to do it. You have to do it. And I'm like, you keep talking like this, man. Whatever. I'll march right by you. Just don't throw me in an oven. And he like really didn't like that. He was like, no, it's nothing like that. You're like that. And I'm like the Nazis for just wanting to be free, and you're not like
That's
the
the
Nazis by like forcing me to do something. Like that's
Right.
the broken part of the brain. That's like what Andrew
Yeah.
was
They don't
talking about:
realize what they're already
authoritarianism or libertarianism
Yeah, that's what it really is about right now. I think truly, it's about people who are preaching for like an because there's problems with that shit on both sides. There's people who say like if you do anything illegal, whatever happens to you is really like the police can fucking do whatever to you. Like I saw Ringing was like violently collecting rainwater, violently. You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah.
Come the fuck on, man. Like there's some stuff that's illegal that harms no way, and then
Yeah.
either side has this authoritarian bent, and either side has a libertarian bent. And unfortunately, we're seeing on the left the authoritarian side being represented and exhibited in the streets on a daily fucking basis right now.
And that also being normalized by the moderate left. And
Absolutely.
like we talked about with Oliver,
Being accepted or
unfortunately,
ignored.
yeah, unfortunately, to find the authoritarianism that you're talking about on the right, you have to go pretty far right is the thing. The moderate right is actually the closest thing to like the middle, and like
right,
the
because
middle.
The moderate right wants to make money.
They want to make money, and they want everybody
to
to just be left alone. The moderate right is libertarianism, and that's why the moderate left hates it so much, because they're like, these guys, they're not violent. They should. They're saying that everybody should be free to do whatever they want, but like that's our thing. They can't be our thing and be on the right.
Right.
So like,
Right.
so we have to be more extreme. Like I don't understand why you have to, like, because you're on one side or the other, like that limits you from being able to support things. Like
Being
moderate,
middle.
yeah, moderate right people support gay marriage, and honestly,
That's a big problem right now, though.
yeah. Like the
That
crazy
you can't
thing,
have a nuanced opinion. We
Yeah,
talk about
man.
that a lot.
and here's the thing, like I understand how Trump's like very hateable, but one of the biggest things that stuck out to me when like indoctrinated gay people were like, Trump hates gay people, was during like the 2016 election cycle. He held up a flag during one of his rallies, and he was like, yeah, and everybody started cheering, and he took like a good
like the
20
gays.
minutes. Well, no, he took a good 20 minutes to talk about exactly what we're talking about. He said, it's really good that everybody's cheering for this right now, because it wasn't too long ago that you would try to do this at a Republican convention and you would
Right.
get booed. He's like,
It's
he's like,
called,
yeah, he's like, you guys are the true
It's
progressive
seeing what
people.
happened.
Yeah, that really want to accept everybody. So I don't, and of course the only things that get clipped are when he says like some people coming over the borders are rapists, and they cut out the some and they just make it to where he says people, but they don't.
Well, that's what that. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a political machine.
yeah, exactly. They don't cover where
Which is
he's.
why, though, if you're really hunting and wanting to know, listen to him directly. Don't listen to him through a news source. I don't
Yeah.
care what the news says. Do you care
That's
what
a
the
big
news says?
problem
Is it
now,
going to
right?
change your
People
vote?
are
Do you care what the news
headline
says? Is it going to change your vote?
Yeah,
No. You are going to listen to what they're saying themselves.
hmm
It seems like a lot of people are now allowing themselves to be educated
So-
solely by headlines and taglines, and they don't research
Right.
shit. You know what I
Without
mean?
even
Here's-
listen,
That's a big
you can
issue.
click on a headline and the story is completely different. Not
Yeah,
even
no,
the same
that-
headline.
that happens a lot. Like
I'm like,
people
A
will
lot.
post something, right? The headline says one thing. I click
Yeah.
on the article and I'm like, do
On
you
the story
realize
to
that
read
you're?
it.
Yeah, I was like, do you realize that the story actually is against what you posted about? Like,
Right.
yeah, it's,
Yes. Yeah, you're catching that too.
that happens a lot. And, dude, like,
So I watched the live riots.
so wait. Here's the thing. Like, when you
Which one?
Right
Which
now?
one?
They'll flip through.
Yeah.
They'll click back and forth and show you different states.
so,
Right.
but people like the moderate left people are so like ultra indoctrinated though right now that like you can say like read the transcripts and they'll be like, oh, I read the transcripts, and I'm like, okay, then show me like where he said the overtly racist thing. They're like, it's implied,
Right.
and I'm like,
Yeah, right.
no, I don't. You don't know.
So you're
Like they're like, oh, it's a dog whistle, and I'm like, God, he's gaslighting. I'm like,
Hey, I want to say something to them, right?
Like-
So when he also said, well, UV light kills bacteria and the virus, why can't we just send some light inside and kill it?
yeah.
Well, AbbVie has come out with a freaking light that kills that crap.
There's actually already a treatment where, like, you can actually do like UV light via IV, like particles that like reflect reflect like that emit UV light. That they already do that. They already have that. So it wasn't like he was just saying, like something out of his ass. He was talking about something that had maybe been suggested to him.
Yeah, he was mentioning something.
No,
Yeah.
I'll tell you exactly. I'll tell you
Mhm.
exactly what he thought. As a business proprietor, as an inventor, as something, he said, "Hey guys," he looks over to the doctors. If there's something out there that kills you, can't we
They-
find a way to take that thing and put it in there?
No,
I don't know if
no,
it's
he already-
possible or not. Just like
he
somebody
said
said
it.
one day, sit into a room and go shoot for the moon.
He
And they said,
said it.
okay, we made a rocket and we went to the moon.
But no,
He
he's
looked at them and said, hey, make
later.
a light that can do this.
No, later he said the only reason, because he diarrhea mouths a lot. Because in that same
Yes.
sentence, he talked about like disinfectant and like
Yes, but
swallowing bleach or whatever. But no,
No,
let me-
whoa.
No, no.
Did you listen to him?
Yes,
Did you listen to him?
yes.
He never said swallow bleach.
I
He
know,
goes,
I
if
know,
bleach can kill it, why can't we find a substance like that to use
It's
to go
not
and
that.
kill it?
No, I know, and I'm not saying. So people turned it into him drinking
He
bleach.
went for the joke. Yeah, he went for
Yeah.
the joke.
So that's what I was saying. I said the joke part, right? But what he later, when he was asked about it, he's like, no, doctors told me about like the UV light IV therapy, and also the there's like a similar chemical compound to bleach that kills it that we actually already use to like disinfect your bloodstream, like to prevent like sepsis and stuff like that. That works
Right.
similar to the way that bleach does. But he just vomited out all the words at the same time, So that's the thing that he does, because he wasn't coming up with
he
it
says
like,
it on layman's terms.
yeah, exactly. That's the thing. He said it in layman's terms,
Guess what?
and like,
Layman.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. But and that's the other thing too. I don't just have a gut reaction to his things that he says. I wait for him to. I'm like,
A lot of folks seem to.
yeah, and I say like, okay, he could be talking about actual medical procedures, and then literally within the same day he was like, no, somebody told me about these 2 medical procedures. I just didn't know how to say them, and I was like, okay, that makes sense.
He
But
has
everybody's
a hard
like,
time admitting to be wrong.
bleach. Yeah.
Okay,
The
like
joke
my
is
biggest
crazy.
thing. My biggest thing would have been the Tim Apple. Okay, you said Tim Apple. Guess what? We all store people in our phones as Tim Apple. That's how I would put Tim in my phone if I knew him. I wouldn't call him, by his
Weird.
full name.
What?
I would put him in as Tim Apple.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, back in the day, he had the round table meeting, and he brought in a lot of big wig executives to meet with him to
And
talk.
he called somebody
and
by the wrong name or whatever. He called them by the phone
He-
name.
Well,
That
no,
his
he
phone-
was the CEO of Apple.
Oh,
Uh,
and people got on
Like
him
he
for
had
that.
his phone like Tim from Apple, like Tim Apple. Yeah.
he kept trying to say, "Oh, I tried to say Tim from Apple," or "Oh, I tried to say," and he kept
Yeah.
swearing he didn't
People
make the
love
mistake.
coming after that guy
For
any shit
days he was
says, any
fighting
shit
it.
he says.
Yeah,
All
no,
the press conferences, all they asked is, "Well, you didn't say that you didn't say it. Here it is. We can play it for you. You said it." Instead of just saying, "Yes, I said it."
yeah,
I store him in my phone. It's Tim Apple. Who
Yeah,
doesn't?
he does have that where
He
like
didn't suck that up and eat it. He just
Yeah.
kept denying, lie it.
Yeah.
You said it. It's on tape. You said it. I mean, come
Yeah.
on, stop lying.
but I mean, either he's memeing what a politician is, or he's just Trump, and that's what Trump do. Trump do that.
Yeah.
Because
He's
no
just
matter
wild,
what,
man.
no matter what, he's like, I didn't
He's
steal
a
all
weird,
these
wild
money
guy.
from people in Palm Beach and get them to build my stuff for free. Like, yes, you did. Yes, you did. It's okay. It's documented, but like, it's fine. Like that's what
He's
people
ruthless.
does. Yeah, man, he's a
But that's what
ruthless
he does.
motherfucker.
Savage.
But he makes it. It wins for him. So I'd rather be on his team. This is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Like, this shit is winning.
Yeah.
He can do it. He does it all the time with his businesses.
so
Some of the ways it goes bad, but I
yeah.
feel like he cares enough about this country.
you know what? Yeah, I think that's the difference. The people try to equate the way that he does like dirty business to like the way he's going to run the country, but like having
Have you ever owned a
having-
business?
having dealt having dealt with him.
Besides for illegal businesses and legal businesses, there's dirtiness in both.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, and that's the
Yeah,
other thing.
There's
People that haven't
flexible
run,
ethics everywhere.
yeah, people that haven't
Yeah.
haven't.
Come on, the FBI
People
was
with
bringing in more
no-
cocaine in the 70s,
Yeah.
and the CIA was bringing in more cocaine in the 70s. Come on.
People-
There's dirty business in everything that goes on. You don't have $500
Yeah.
billion and $1.2 trillion without somebody taking their hand in the cookie jar. Come
People
on.
have
Mhm.
never
It's just
never
how much bleeding do we
people
stop?
with no ambition and internet moral ethics and have never run anything, like not even like had a management position, are the ones
That's
that are like,
exactly what I
he's
say.
dirty. He's a dirty dude. It's like, man, I
He
mean, I
has to run
understand.
350
Yeah.
million employees. 350 million.
other
of
thing
us are
is,
here that
too-
he has to employ.
Yeah.
He's our boss.
Well, the
Right?
other
His business decisions are how well our benefits do. And if there's 50 million people with their
Yeah.
hand in the cookie jar because they're here illegally,
other thing
he
is
doesn't.
when people say like, oh well, like he personally did like this business that I worked for dirty. I'm like, did he, or did like one of his like many employees just go like, Trump wouldn't want to,
Subsidiaries
yeah,
or
wouldn't
whatever.
be okay with this,
Listen,
and then just
A
like,
lot of times
can you stamp
he'll
this
cut
for me,
off
Trump? Yeah,
in his. Listen, we sell lights to all of his locations.
yeah,
Right? As a business person, I've never not seen one of his checks get paid from any of his locations. He pays the vendors.
well, I'm not,
Now,
yeah,
the things that he has in his building contracts, if he's not 100% satisfied, he's not paying you your 20% retainer
Yeah.
final payment
Yeah.
that's being held on. And it's a complete legal thing. He
Yeah.
is a legal thing.
he's a
You're
legal
gonna have a
hawk.
contract and you're signing
Yeah.
it with him, you're not going to win.
He's a
So
rules
at the
hawk.
end of that contract, it states is he's not completely satisfied with the job that's being done.
Satisfied,
You're not getting satisfied.
satisfied. Yeah, but that's the thing.
Done.
But yeah, well, Andrew looks like he's dying.
I had a long week, man, and I got, what do you call it?
Well, school
got a
night
long
tomorrow
one
for
still.
me too. I
Yeah,
got my
man.
kid up in school, so.
Well, before we go,
Are you doing the homeschool? How's that opening up?
No, I got a private. I mean, Georgia's pretty fucking open, and my kid's also in private school, so they're open. They got like 10 kid classrooms and shit. They're open.
so did you want to, before we go, Andrew, though, I'm sorry, go ahead, Casey, go ahead.
No,
Oh.
nothing.
Did you want
I
to,
was listening to you.
do you have any energy left to talk about the end of the trip down here?
Well, man, I'll say this. Something happened that was weird, and it was due to a supposed affiliation because of maybe like a T-shirt or maybe because I carry a firearm sometimes. And some people went out of their way to like cause me some grief, and I was gonna like talk about it in depth at first. That was my like knee jerk reaction, but I wanted to like think about it for a while. And that was, I think, good because it kind of made me think more and more about like cancel culture and snitch shit, and like I don't really want to talk more about it than that. I'm just gonna keep it popping and do my thing. Like I don't believe that I should succumb to the same bullshit that other people do just because they do something to me. So my thought is like, you know, I grew up in like an old school generation. Snitches get stitches and all that kind of stuff. And those little platitudes aside, like I don't believe in bitch shit. I don't believe in like going out of your way to cause somebody trouble because you don't agree with them. So these folks who maybe did that to me, like I'm not going to do the same thing.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like I'm not going to play that game.
Listen,
I'm not gonna follow
100%.
that game.
On that note, I got a call from the last time that we talked, and my baby mama said she made sure that instant karma came back on me, and that was the reason why my truck died. She blew the motor in my new car that I had bought, you know, intentionally.
Jeez.
Which,
Yeah,
you know,
man.
I got blessed and was able to get a newer car out of it instead of a used car, and you know, but lost a little bit and lost the car and everything else, and it could have been really bad.
Yeah.
I mean, how does somebody do that?
Yeah, man.
Sometimes, man, people are just vindictive for no reason. These, you know, the situation
Right,
that I was in,
I
it wasn't
hurt
even
you
like,
for doing something else.
well, it wasn't even a personal situation for me. It was literally like people who, you know people that I know and know I hang out with certain people and assume some kind of like
It was my fault,
literally
probably.
like political
Guilt by
affiliation.
association. Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Mike or Mike for sure.
Yeah.
But either way,
You know, one of the
either
two
way,
of us. Yeah.
It was like whatever to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes. I think
Yeah,
implementing
now
that
they're
kind of
not even teaching
mentality-
kids how to write. They're teaching you how to type.
Yeah.
Yep.
But with my kid, man, I make her practice boredom. I make her practice stillness. I constantly take the TV away, the tablet. Like, I think like an hour of screen time a day for a kid that age is like a lot.
Is
You
a
know what
lot,
I mean? So
right?
like,
And now
so-
they're in front of the computer for all day.
right. So my thing with my kid is like, you got toys, you got Legos, you got coloring books, you got sketchbooks, you got notebooks, you got a fucking easel, paint some shit. You got clay.
We go
you
out.
play.
We go and exercise. We went to the
That's it.
park,
No, we do a lot of
ran,
hiking,
did
we do a lot of
pull-ups.
hiking. Yeah, we do a lot of hiking. We have a lot of really great parks here in Georgia, so we do a lot of hiking.
Right,
little
you got
mountain
good
hikes and
country
shit.
land out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, love that shit.
Yep.
But yeah, that's it, man.
Yeah.
And
Also,
that was my only platitude in regard to that situation.
right on. That's why I
But,
wanted.
this was a good talk, guys.
Yeah.
Another one of the great conversations.
Mhm.
Always.
Yes. Also, you're getting all
Go on
pixelated.
forever.
So.
Yeah, Casey
Right.
got a little
I think
robot
that's his
for a second.
eyesight.
No,
the
I'm saying
focus on
Andrew.
the eyes is
Andrew's all
Oh, I got
pixelated.
vision.
Yeah, you've been pixelated for a little
Oh,
while. Yeah. It's
Oh,
cool
live
though.
vision.
Oh yeah.
Who knows?
But yeah,
all
man.
right, gentlemen.
Well, take care, boys. Mike, I'm gonna give you a call tomorrow
Okay. Yeah, man.
for plannings.
Yes.
Tom torture plans.
Yes, that's gonna be great. We need to
Casey,
make.
great to talk to you
Yes.
again.
Peace
All
out.
right.
Remember,
Nice to,
everybody has two lives. You never realize it until you let go of the first life.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
Ooh.
I like that.
nice nugget. We gotta end on that. That's
Yeah.
a fucking dope
Yep.
nugget.
All right.
Later, boys.
Bye.